without Thailand. Waking up to the golden sun in the land where smiles have begun. Temples shining, stories old, from Bangkok heart to Chiang Rai soul. What's up, Thailand? The land to be, from the mountains high to the Andaman Sea, dancing in the streets, a joyous parade where dreams are made in the land of smiles. Floating markets, flavors so fine, coconut curries and sweet sunshine. Elephants roam through ancient lore. In this kingdom there's always more. What's up, Thailand? The land to be, from the mountains high to the Andaman Sea, dancing in the streets, a joyous parade where dreams are made in the land of smiles. Floating markets, flavors so fine, coconut curries and sweet sunshine. Elephants roam through ancient lore. In this kingdom there's always more. What's up, Thailand? The land to be, from the mountains high to the Andaman Sea, dancing in the streets, a joyous parade where dreams are made in the land of smiles. What's up, Thailand? The land to be, from the mountains high to the Andaman Sea, dancing in the streets, a joyous parade where dreams are made in the land of smiles.
Every Friday, 4 o'clock's the aim. Mike's a hot, we play the game. Can you hear me? We exclaim. Thailand's magic we proclaim. What's up, Thailand? What's up, Thailand? We're coming live, yeah. What's up, Thailand? What's up, Thailand? Let's take this ride, yeah. From the temples reaching high to the beaches where we lie, sharing every special place with a smile upon our face. Got a Leo beer in hand, broadcasting across the land, making friends both near and far, showing everyone who we are. What's up, Thailand? What's up, Thailand? We're coming live, yeah. Coming live now. What's up, Thailand? What's up, Thailand? Let's take this ride, yeah. Remember when we first began? Just a camera and a plan, and look how far we've come. Spreading joy to everyone. What's up, Thailand? What's up, Thailand? We're coming live, yeah.
Hello and welcome to WUT. What's up, Thailand? Thanks for joining, and I hope and we hope that you're all doing well. Today's something different. We have a few news stories for you that have made the headlines from the past week, and also an open panel, and of course the chat, which is king. Joining us as always, the man who knows the first minute of every guitar song known to man, Mr. Stephen Clark, alongside the man from Lack on Nowhere, who insists that AI will never take over the world, And if you challenge him on that, he will ask AI to support him in the argument. Welcome, lads.
Well,
G'day,
what a
Andy.
great
G'day,
introduction,
Stephen. How you
Andy.
going? Mr. Perrin, Mr. Perrin. How's going?
That was super, Andy. The best one so far. Really good.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I can add to it your comment about AI. Gemini, which is the Google AI, lied to me today.
Oh,
I asked Gemini, can you handle text to speech? And Gemini said, yeah, no problem at all. I said, have you got any different voices? No, but I can do speed up. I can do different tones, all through this long conversation. I went back in with the show description for what we were doing today and said, right, can you turn this to text? I can't do that. I said, well, you said earlier on you could do it. And it was really good. It said, oh, yes, you caught me out. Thank you for correcting me. I'm sorry. It was weird. The weirdest thing you would imagine.
I worry about
But AI, I mean, I would imagine that she's probably deleted it now because it's very scary. It honestly lied to me.
Wow.
I should have taken a video of it, shouldn't I? Because honestly, it was so.
What's it, a male voice or a female
So
voice?
yeah,
isn't it?
Andy.
What?
Well, I never found out because originally, when I did it early this morning, I was up at stupid time. When I did it earlier this morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and said, "Can you do it?" It said yes, but only in text. So I've never heard the voice. Well, they say they can't do it now.
Yeah. I mean, if AI was that good, should have replied to you. Of course, I can. In speech.
Yes. But isn't it weird that it lied to me and admitted to it?
I know.
Thank you for pulling me up. It was so weird. Anyway, James, sorry to interrupt.
Hey, Gemini, can you talk dirty to me?
Oh, shit. Stephen, what you like?
Sorry, I thought I had the mic off. Sorry.
I tell you something, you can share whether you've had the same. This has happened to me all the time I've been in Thailand, but it happened to me yesterday. I was driving down my soy, that's little roads to people that are not familiar with Thailand. Down this little road, it's two ways, so two traffic. But I was actually going to stop at the mum and pup shop, which was a few 100 yards further down the road. And this motorbike, it's one of the step through little zee things, was coming towards me on my side of the road, and he was on the phone, on the bike, and he wasn't going fast, and I was crawling because I was about to stop at the mum and pup shop, and he was coming towards me, and he got nearer, and nearer, and nearer, and if I hadn't have hooted my horn, he would have gone straight onto my bonnet, and it would have been a sort of a bit of drama. So I peeped the horn. What does he do? Swerves, nearly falls off, and then goes past my window, giving me a death stare, like a stare. He didn't flip the finger, didn't do any of that, or shout. He just looked at me, and I knew the look, like, you bloody idiot, what do you think you're doing? And I wonder if it's a face thing. They lost face so much, they have to do that to counteract the loss of face. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think you're absolutely right. Because they can't back down. That would be just impossible. So yeah,
Ties are never wrong, guys.
No.
Speak to my wife about that.
If you want an apology out of a tie, mate, eat shit and die.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, you remember we had a news story a few weeks ago about, well, more than that, a few months ago now, about that horrific bus crash that killed all those people, mostly children. Terrible. And of course, get all of us on there. Well, they need to impress, they need to improve the safety and well, take a look at this.
At least 7 people have lost their lives during a double-decker tourist bus crash in Prattle early Monday morning. Reports indicate that more than 40 others were injured after the bus appeared to accelerate on a downhill point, coming into contact with vehicles in front before leaving the road. Initial reports indicate that the bus, which was en route to Rayon, had brakes fail. However, that hasn't been confirmed. After the impact, the bus then burst into flames, seeing other motorists attempting to help passengers from the burning vehicle. Of those who lost lives, 5 were passengers, along with the driver and his co-driver. A full examination of the bus has been ordered and inspectors sent to the parent company's premises to check other vehicles in the fleet.
Well, there you go.
That's terrible.
Well, how many times, though, are we going to say,
Oh.
that's terrible? Again and again and again. Where is the bloody law?
It seems to be a weekly occurrence, you know. Buses smashing into things, and they've got to pull their finger out and really get stuck into them, you know.
But they don't.
Well, I don't know if you've seen, but what they've done, the news today is that they've decided that double-decker buses aren't allowed to go on certain routes anymore.
Yeah, I see that somewhere around. I think
I
it's
don't know if
around
that's
you.
a dangerous route or how they decide that.
Yeah.
But I found the interesting thing with that story, and I hadn't heard it until and just read it out there, or until it was played, was that the driver and co-pilot died.
Yes.
It's almost like a ship captain going down with the ship, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It ran into the back of the truck.
Well,
you know.
yeah.
I think, you know, there's not going to be much left of you if you're up front there. That's really nuts.
But if you remember that the one that Andy mentioned right at the start, the driver did a runner, didn't he? The horrible one with the school kids
I can't
dying.
remember.
Yeah. I mean,
The driver did a runner, and the police had to capture the driver. He escaped, and they I don't know what happened to him after because they said, you know, least you should do is try to get some of the children out. And the driver of that first horrendous one did a runner, escaped, took care of himself.
Sorry,
One of
Steve.
the-
France
the
has
worst
been
ones
here a
was-
while. It's always driver flees the scene. That's a standard phrase.
One of the worst things I've seen is driver took a shortcut. You know, sometimes they put the, you know, when they've got the partition in the middle of the freeway, what they call it, nature strip, whatever they call it. And it's just back from the petrol station. So he went on the wrong side of the road with the bus and was going to do a U-turn type of thing. You know, if you understand what I mean. And he had a hit with another truck. And he lost his license for a couple of months over that. But he killed fucking 6 British tourists in the meantime.
You mean the central reservation thing? Is that what you meant?
Easement, I think they're called, don't they? Or something like that. I don't know what they call it. It was terrible. Yeah. Another one was the bus broke down, so they decided to tow it, and they put a sort of a, you know, probably a 20-metre rope on it, wire, and towed it across the freeway. And they forgot to tell the motorbikes group that was boring down the freeway about it, and a lot of them lost their heads.
Wow.
Now, it's just ridiculous, some of the stuff. These buses need to be really looked at. And, you know, if you look at the mini buses, they're worse, you know. I wouldn't get in one of them things. You know, they just go flat out.
The worst picture I ever saw, and it's in my mind forever, I wish I'd never seen it, was there was a truck on the highway on the second level, which is pretty high up. And for some reason, he hit a car or a bollard or something, and he flew out the windscreen. But there's a picture of him in midair with his hands and legs flayed out, waving and he was about 10 stories up. So obviously he died. But what a picture to capture! I mean, to be honest,
You say he was waving?
No, we won't wave it. He was waving at the cameraman. Hello, I'm on the internet. No.
If you've jumped out of a building, or if you're falling off a building and you know you're going to die, that would be a cool thing to do, wouldn't it? You see the camera and you do a sort of a funny look to the camera and a wave. That's a cool way to go.
Yeah, when you go to the pearly gates, the first thing you'll ask St. Peter is, "How did the video do? How many likes?"
Yeah,
that'd be very
that would actually be a good meme, wouldn't it, for all these streamers that are desperate for views and don't do anything for views.
What I found disturbing was that 9/11, because there's loads of new videos coming out about 9/11 with people jumping out, you know, because they didn't want to get burnt, but they were jumping to their deaths. and you saw the
Right.
bodies coming. That's really affected me, and I'm sorry I shared it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was another
haven't
thing
seen that.
many years ago. What the Thais used to do if someone died, there'd be no cover up there. The police would go and point at them, and a couple other people would point at the body or something like that. It was fucking horrific.
Yeah,
It was
a few
just-
hellos here.
I remember,
Hello, Daniel.
Hello,
Daniel.
I remember, you know, when the two lost their lives on the island, the two British tourists were killed.
Who?
I can't
What?
remember. Two British tourists were killed on the beach. The girl had her head caved in, and they showed it on the internet, and the police were pointing at it. But that's the most horrificest thing I've seen in Thailand. But I believe they've stopped it all now.
All right, just say a few hellos. Hello, South. Thanks for joining. Also, Lieutenant Nescafe, a regular. Daniel Berry and Lil Funky Chick. Aloha, Thai peeps and chat. Long time no see. Aloha, Steve on the panel, and Andy and everybody else in chat. So thank you. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
All right. Well, shall we keep this morbid theme going? And to be honest, if you have a weak stomach or you don't like nasty things, I suggest you just turn away for the next couple.
It took about an hour for rescue workers to free a 15-year-old boy's hand from a meat grinder after his hand slipped while working at a butcher shop on Friday. The horrific incident took place at a butcher shop on Soi Siang Thai near Mission Hospital, Phuket on Friday afternoon. When rescue workers arrived, they found the teen with his right hand jammed inside an industrial meat grinder, and while he was in pain, he was still conscious. Using cutting and prying tools to carefully dismantle the grinder and free the rest of the teenager's hand, rescue workers were finally able to separate the teen from the grinder after an hour. First aid was immediately administered, and the teen was taken to Vashida Phuket Hospital for further treatment. Witnesses told police that the teen was operating the grinder when his hand slipped. A co-worker quickly shut it off before calling emergency services. Still, police are investigating the events that led to the incident. For more, visit thephuketnews.com.
Wow.
Handmade sausages.
Well, you beat me to it there. I was saying, and the sale of sausages went down that day.
Don't buy sausages if you're in Phuket.
Wow. All I hear about in England is health and safety, health and safety, health and safety. Is there health and safety here?
There isn't any.
Well, there must be in big factories and that. There must be the government, something.
Nothing,
No?
Andy, nothing.
Really?
Yes, really. I spoke to some builders when I was in Bangkok last day. They were just saying about it. But what they did, they bought all their workers' helmets and they have to wear them. But, they'll turn up in flip-flops and stuff like that. And why they do it. But at least they get things done no matter how many bodies it costs.
Well, yeah, do they care about the body count? It's all about the money, money, money.
Yeah.
Honey.
That'd be horrific. I mean, the guy that switched off that machine must have been pretty quick.
Well, I love the way they say, and they're investigating what happened beforehand. Well, I went outside, had a cigarette, had a sandwich, and then I sat down and had a few talks with my friends. And then I decided to sign my hand up.
Who said that? The long arm of the law.
Nice. You've been working on that one, haven't you?
How quickly they get the cameras in there? Because we were watching that, I think live, weren't we, as they were trying to release the hand.
Yeah. I will let you all into a secret. I played this one to Perrin before we started. And all I heard from Perrin was, I can't watch this. I can't watch. This is horrible. This is horrible.
It is horrible.
Well, it's not nice. Yeah, it's horrible.
It was horrible.
Never mind.
All right.
Have we got a cheerful story coming next, Andy?
Well, I was trying to, because we did start off on a bit of a morbid way in our stories, but drama sells. But we had the earthquake, and it's all over and done with. Or
Sunday
is it?
saw reports of some 15 aftershock quakes within a 24-hour period in the north of Thailand. In Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son, along with Myanmar, experts recorded small quakes of up to a magnitude of 3.3, but most were far lower. This as none was significant or caused any damage. Within Myanmar, the clean-up following the earthquake disaster there continues. However, violence between the government and nationalists has also resumed, leaving many fleeing their homes but also hindering the transport of recovery units.
Yeah, that's a bit nasty. Isn't it? Look, I showed you guys during the week a tree fell on me fucking car up north.
Did you take a picture?
Yeah, I showed the picture, remember? I think you commented on it. But the tree that fell down was a mango tree. It was in good condition, right? But and they had storms and everything, and then what topped it off was an earthquake, and down she come. But it missed the car, didn't do any damage. But geez, it was only sort of, a couple of feet out away from it. But anyway, never mind.
Well, don't forget, when those quakes were happening, there were some severe thunderstorms. Well, I don't know about
yeah.
we had a hell of a lot of thunderstorms and loud thunder when it was overhead. The dog jumped into my arms, and I was jumping at the same time. So I caught it.
I got all these phone calls. Oh, the roof came off the carport where your car is. Oh, okay. Is the car okay? Yeah. Next phone call. Oh, a tree just fell on your car. Why don't you just fucking burn it?
Is the karma trying to tell you something there? All right. You up for another one? I haven't seen this one, I have to admit, but it sounds a little bit better than
and when
what
a
we've been
foreigner
doing.
went to meet his ex-wife in a patio bar, what he didn't expect was his current partner to turn up to join them. It seems that the two women went for each other like cats on a hot tin roof, leaving both needing hospital treatment, one due to injury from a shattered beer bottle. Hubby, though, we're told, was uninjured in the brawl, although his future may not be as bright as it seems, since it's expected that he will be sleeping with one eye open, for the near future at least.
Yeah.
Open bottle. She bottled her. Bloody hell.
Yeah. God, this guy must have a swinging dick.
Well, with a bottle, isn't it called a? Oh no, that's a Glasgow kiss. What's that? That's a headbutt, isn't it? That's not a bottle.
I don't know.
Steve knows. He knows all that.
No, I don't.
Nah,
It's called a Glasgow kiss.
Yeah. But I do know a very similar story where it ended up with the people I know, one person went to jail, and no, she didn't. It's a long story. One person nearly went to jail, the other person died in a very similar cat fight. Very common in Thailand.
Well, normally though, isn't it with like ladyboys and that? I mean, they go right at it, don't they?
Well, this was almost identical to the story you've just read. Did they say whether it was a Falang boyfriend or Thai?
I can't remember.
I missed. No, I can't. In my story, it was a Falang with two Thai girls, and one of the Thai girls killed the other one. And it's a really convoluted story because they used my other buddy's knife to do it. So he had to leave the country because he thought he'd be caught. Many years ago now, and most of them are. My buddies died, so
you guys remember years ago?
It's quite common.
This girl was cheating on the Falang. The Falang was cheating on the girl, and we went to sleep and chopped his dick off. Remember that one years ago?
I think I do. I do remember something like. I do remember that there was a band of ladies of the night that used to put poison around their nipples for when the foreigner, during passionate moments, was in that area. I'm trying to do this so delicately. In that area, being passionate, and they'd fall asleep. They'd fall asleep, and then they get robbed.
Well, this is what happens when you suck a man's tits.
Well, thank you. I'm glad I was subtle. And two of the people though had died because they popped too much nipple juice on there.
It's amazing with the ladyboys. I'll talk to them, but in Phuket once I was there, I was taking photos, and because I was there a lot in the early days, and I didn't accidentally, but I just took a photo, and I actually got one of the ladyboys, and they came up. They wanted me to remove the picture and delete it. And they were getting quite boisterous about it too. I think they wanted 300 baht for a photo. Yeah.
Really?
A lot of other times, they'll get into a fight. They'll take their stilettos off and they'll plant them in your head. A lot of people were killed that way. A lot of Falangs were arguing with them or whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
they're quite ferocious.
well, don't forget they're quite strong because they're men, really, aren't they? So,
Well,
sort of,
treat them like a lady, but if you get into a fight with them, they'll automatically turn into a man. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing against.
I sort of only heard the end of it.
JJ.
Who was putting the poison on the nipples, Andy? Who was the...
Ladies of the night.
Oh, I thought you said lady boys. Sorry.
No, no, just normal ladies of the night. No, just because I say lady, you don't have to fill the last bit in. It's your imagination.
No, it wasn't. I misunderstood. I thought it was perhaps a boyfriend doing it to their lady so that if she played around, they would kill. I don't know.
Well,
but it was a lady doing it to put to sleep their customer.
Yeah,
their punter.
Yeah.
I would have thought it's easier just to put a sleeping tablet in the
Well, that's
what
they.
I mean,
they
Andy, I've always found it worked for me. I don't know. I wouldn't bother with the round the nipple. It's a bit too much hassle, isn't it?
Yeah, and normally that's how they operate, I think. But yeah, and it was a big thing. It was the same thing as all those people died in this hotel up in Chiang Mai. Did you read about that?
I remember that. Yeah.
It was like a notorious hotel where people kept dying. Kept on. It was like that the Serpent movie. But and they found out it was the aircon and mold.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mold kills you that quickly.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I remember that. Have you ever seen this in the chat? A blast from the past there in the chat. Have a look at it.
What's that?
JG.
Oh, hello, JG. Hi ho. Silver lining.
I thought he was dead.
No, he's just so happy doing his thing with his AI, and he's out of the drama, which is good, and he's having a good time. Nice to see you, Jay.
Come on board and say hello, Jay.
I want to buy his AI. But he's never going to sell it, is he? His AI is really good.
It's for everybody.
I've got some
dirty pictures of him, Steve. I've got some really dirty pictures of him.
AI is a new slavery, and I look at it. So I think I should be able to buy his slave.
Yeah.
I think it's going to work.
You got to buy them. I thought it was open for anybody. Anybody can do that. Excuse my ignorance. I mean, JG, come on and explain your system.
Andy, I'm joking, mate. But he is really good with his AI, and it's got. I could understand the sort of when he was first playing with it. Now I don't even understand the language he's talking. But I'm joking about it, JG. But I'm really impressed, mate. You're doing really good stuff.
It's good quality as well. Whenever I tune in, it's all like good.
I'll be honest with you, JG. It'd be great to have a bot here that would do the sort of things, welcome, JG. How you doing, mate? That sort of thing. It would be super to have a bot that would answer in a nice way. Conversation. Did you hear what I said earlier on? I don't know if you were listening. I had Gemini lie to me this morning. Honestly,
here we go.
Lied to me. I'll do a video on it for next week. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. I'll find her excuses. I can't believe it. AI is lying to me.
Can't have that.
Well, isn't that like a nice human factor? Maybe they're doing it on purpose.
Yes.
I went to a site today, and they've got actual people there, and you can type in what you want them to say, and you can't tell the frigging difference, mate. And it was insane. It really was.
Little fun wants Jay to come on the panel. No pressure. Actually, Jay probably has to go to work. Little Funk is saying, go on up. But maybe he's working or whatever. We can't sort of like pressure.
Yeah, all right. I'm not backstage. I can't see who's backstage. But you're welcome, JG, if you want to come on, mate. And
but he's probably busy. All right. Tourists, Russian tourists.
The Director General of Thailand's Department of National Parks has told the press that he intends to dismiss a local advisor who lost his temper with a tourist over the past week. The summer mayor of a very well-known Thai family and educated somewhat anyway in the UK is to be removed from his position after, in the park boss's words, inappropriate behaviour involving the now viral video with the employee said to be unwilling to improve himself. Russian tourists had greeted him with ni hao, the Chinese form of sawadee krap, to which he took offence and threatened the travellers with expulsion from the country before later going online to berate them again verbally, claiming that they were racist. Good job they didn't say Strasvici, as there's no word on what his response would have been to that. However, we'll never find out, as he packs his bags in shorts to leave for home.
Well,
That's a bit nasty.
it looked like a bit of a privileged guy, didn't he? Like, you know, from a sort of a higher society family, and had a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading on the news today that the Thai, what do you call it? The Thai tourist industries had a big hit this year. That not a lot of tourists are wanting to go to Thailand for some reason.
Well, what are those islands? Steve might know. Well, no, he won't probably. That when you go there, you get approached by men in uniform, I mean officials, and you have to pay a tax or something. Is it like going into a national park, some of these islands? Or I heard
Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand.
Yeah, a lot of it. The one off.
I've never heard of it.
One off Rayong, down there in Rayong. I can't remember the name of it. If you go to that one, if you go to that one, you got to pay the guys there to go in the park and so forth. All Falungs have to pay.
The whole island is a park, right?
Half of it, yeah. Half of it is usually where all the hotels are, so you can't get away with it.
Wow.
It's not nice.
Right. How, Steve, where you live in the middle of nowhere, food delivery.
It's not. Okay. Go on.
Have you got electricity, David?
What food delivery do you have? What's the most common food delivery there?
Well, strange for you to ask that, Andy. The one I use most often and gives the best service here is called Food Panda.
Not
Why
that.
not?
The sign of the times, perhaps, but Food Panda, one of the better-known delivery services operating within Thailand, is to close down operations here. From mixed month, as the competition increases from services such as Line and Grab, the service closes, as it appears they lost hold on their market share, a market that really exploded here during the COVID eras but has retained popularity since. Along with others, Panda saw the mass increase in own deliveries as food outlets vied for that large proportion of catering business, despite paying a considerable portion of their selling prices to the delivery companies themselves.
All right, well, I've done a bit of research here, if you just bear with me. Food Panda is a Berlin-based parent company delivery hero. It's been scaling down operations in Asia-Pacific region in order to become leaner and more agile since 2023. Now, Grab Food, which I think is the most commonly used here in Bangkok, is owned by Grab Holdings Limited, a Southeast Asian mobile technology company based in Singapore, and Line Food, which is a runoff from Line Man, owned by Wong Nai Media Thailand and GIC. And GIC, get it, is a Singapore's sovereign wealth fund. There's also Robinhood, that's owned by SEB Bank, but I don't know anybody that has that. But Grab Food in Bangkok is the one to go for, but you're going to miss Food Panda. Why Food Panda then, Steve?
Only because we've only got those two here. We've got Grab or Food Panda, and Grab weren't as good. They didn't give quite as good choices on the menu. So many people, not so many shops were connected to them. I mean, that will all change now, I'm sure. But Food Panda was just better. I mean, the interesting thing is, I looked at do the same as good a research as you did, Andy, but I did look at the figures, how much money they'd lost.
All right.
And over the 5, they have lost billions in Thai baht, about $500 million UK pounds, which is, you know, quite a lot of money. But this last year, they haven't lost that much. So their losses have been going down. And so I think there's more to the story than we know, because I know that what's this big company in America? Uber. Is Uber the bit number one taxi firm?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
I would think so. Yeah.
They haven't made money ever since they started. They lose money all the time, but people invest in them, and the shares keep going up because they know as soon as they have driverless cars, it will make a fortune. So they have to stay in the market to keep everybody else out, because as soon as the cars, it's going to be fairly soon now, as soon as it becomes, you can get rid of people like Ron doing the driving, then it becomes a mega profitable business because everything is done driverless. Does that make sense? So they're staying in the market. They're staying in the market because they know it's going to make big money in the future.
Well,
they're experimenting with drones at the moment, Steve, in America, delivering UPS parcels, and it's working. Yeah. So you'll find in the future your food will arrive by drone.
Yeah, you sort of preempted what I was going to say there, Stephen. We're on the same waveband here. I should have sent it to you so we could have showed you, but I didn't know the conversation would go this way. It's in Japan. These guys have rented like a top of a building, right? Like, a whole roof space where they cook the food and everything. They got 48 drones.
Yeah.
48. And most of the time, there's only 3 or 4 on the pad. They're all out delivering food to all the high rises, through the window and everything.
It'll be the same thing.
And all you need to do is rent the roof.
Yeah.
That is clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. And
you go to any business and say, look, I'll pay good money to rent the roof of your place.
Yes, gentlemen, but it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if one comes down with a plump.
The what? Sorry, I didn't get that. What did you say, Steve?
Steve, finish your conversation, mate.
I think I finished. I've lost it. I'm going to say, hello, Graham. Welcome, mate. My food arrives by...
Yeah, but so they went into... on this rooftop operation, they went into, well, do you need 64 drivers? They said, no, we have about 2, because all they do is put the GPS coordinates and the drone flies itself. You don't have to drive it. It just goes there and then finds its way home, lands. Next one, off you go. Yeah, put in the coordinates, flat 5A, do, and off it goes again. And they're cooking the food there and then for the orders.
If they've got 48 drones, I have to have 48 people operating them, though, Andy. And if one of those things... Sorry?
The problem with it, and this isn't my thoughts on it, I heard this quite a few years ago. The big problem with all of these sort of things, with the self-driving cars and the drones and whatever, is that when one of these drones falls out of the sky and kills a 6-year-old little girl, all hell will break loose. And that sort of thing is bound to happen. If you've got so many in the sky, there's bound to be accidents. There's bound to be people killed by it. There's bound to be driverless cars. Now, you see, the point is there'll probably be less accidents than there were before, because driverless cars will have less accidents than humans. But when it happens, when it happens, all hell will break loose.
Have a look at what that nasty spoon just typed.
What have we done?
Nasty man.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
But let's face it, Spoon, we've all seen your smiling face on it, and I doubt if you'll get the chances of you reaching our age pretty slim, mate.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Just quickly going back to these 48 drones on this rooftop, they were saying there's 1 or 2 pilots, because all the guy on the computer has to do is put in the coordinates, press send, and it's gone. He moves on to the next one. He forgets about the drone. That will go and come back.
Yeah, I don't know if that's very safe to do, Andy. I mean, if something happens and there's no one controlling it, okay. How do they know they went to the right address? How do they know they're delivering it to the right person? You know, if you see a drone, you just run out, grab all the shit off it and run for your life.
You got to believe in Google and GPS.
What were they delivering?
Food.
Oh, okay.
They had a kitchen on the rooftop, so they're making food to order.
All right.
Yeah, well, I know you've got to believe in Google and GPS. How many people do when it says turn left, do a U-turn? How many? I now follow it and go, I believe. Trevor, when we were coming back from Jomtien that time, when we went there with Steve, he was in the back. We went the back roads to find the highway, and he was going, no, this is the wrong way. This is the wrong. I don't know anywhere. I said, look at the map. We're going. So he wouldn't believe it until we got onto the highway. You got to believe. It can't go wrong, really, unless you put the wrong address.
They're not going to follow the road routes. They're going to go straight.
Yeah. Well, that's even easier then.
Yeah.
Also, I've got an old man story to tell you.
You're not buying this, are you?
When I first started sailing was when GPS had first come into sailing. So you could buy your Garmin GPS that would navigate anywhere in the world. But there was a caveat there in that it was all controlled by the Americans. I mean, you could see on the old GPS where the satellites were. And I mean, it cost a fortune. I can't remember how much mine cost, but I'm guessing £500-600 20 years ago, 25 years ago, at least that. But you could see all the satellites, what you were plugging into. But there was a caveat there. It said it's all owned by the Americans, and there's an error factor built in, so that foreign forces, enemies of America, can't use the GPS to fire bombs, missiles at you. I don't know what's happened to that, because now GPS is so accurate.
Well, I think the government has special software.
I think the Americans could turn it off at will.
Wow. Can you imagine 48 drones falling down on the population of Japan over Tokyo?
Yeah. I think the Americans could turn off all their satellites, could turn off the world GPS system. That's the worry. They could say, I mean, I think if I was Trump, I'd say, right, come on, Chinese, stop these tariffs, or we're turning off GPS. I wish I could do a Trump impersonation. I'm only joking, guys. It's all gone very quiet. I'm semi-joking.
Hello, Jem, Chuddy. Hey up. What's up? What's up? I love all that talk. I got to find Spoon here. I want to highlight his message. Where is it? Oh, someone's deleted him. No, no one's deleted him. We don't delete Spoon, do we?
So, he's going to start World War III with China, and Zelensky's going to start World War III with Russia. Yeah, okay.
We'll be okay. I've got total faith.
In what?
I got a big house, mate. You just all come down here and hide.
Well, actually, answer Spoon, we won't be around then. I don't know if I really want to. I'm quite happy as I am.
That was a really ugly thing to say, Spoon. I don't know what's wrong with you lately.
he's just Canadian, really, I guess. You know.
Yeah, Canadians, just pay your tariffs and shut up.
I do like their bacon. Let's get facts right. I do like their bacon. All right, do you want another one? We always talk about bloody visas, and actually you put this on saying visa shit, but let's give it a go.
Elongated visa periods currently being given to tourists on arrival there in Thailand are to be reviewed on the order of the Prime Minister this and next month, with 2 government departments set to carry out a survey. Conservatives have risen that whereas regular expats apply for extension of stay, which specify their reason and confirm funding for their living costs, the on-arrival stamps are seeing more and more people coming here to work illegally, with a reported increase in the number of crimes committed by some, who are essentially ruining it for the genuine traveller.
A few rotten apples. We have one more here. Hang on a second, guys. Adding to this one. Oh, it didn't work for some reason. Let's have a go. All right.
A crackdown on non-Thais paying for student visas but essentially not studying at all, but using them to remain here, has been ordered by the Immigration Bureau this week. Partly as a result of the discovery of several long-term professional workers found in the construction industry, the clampdown is likely to see checks made at universities through to local language schools, along with tougher standards set for renewals. This after it was revealed that several so-called centres of learning actually advertise student visa programs that are said to be known in some cases to not require the legal amount of attendance by applicants.
That has been a rort for so long, Andy. I know a lot of people that went and did that course with the, you get 15 months the first time and blah, 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 whatever. You know, they didn't even go to school, but they got the student visa and they don't have to attend. Now, a couple of years ago, they were doing something about that they had to go to school. But that's just gone to the wayside, and now they're just abusing the system as well. But not a lot of people don't. You know, it might be 100 people doing that. There's only 2 or 3 of them that are being nasty with it. So they ban the whole lot of it. I don't fucking get it.
Well, it's a case of, you know, like laws are put in, and if everyone abided, you wouldn't have to make them stricter. But it's like football hooliganism. It's like you got 70,000 people at a game, and you got like 100 people that are looking for trouble, and then suddenly football gets a bad name for hooliganism. You know, so it's just those few people that. I said it once. I'm not going to say it again. That's a cracker coming from you. Well done. So yeah, it's a few rotten apples, and that's what's so wrong with society at the moment, in my opinion. I don't want to get into politics and all this stuff. It's that if everyone would just abide by reasonable laws that they were put there to make life easy and simple, and everyone get along, it's fine. But then you get the people looking for those little caveats in it, looking for the loopholes. Oh, we can do that. We can do this. We can do the other. Yeah. And then they say, right, that's got to stop. So the law becomes stronger, more stringent, and us normal people are the ones that suffer. It's unfair, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
Who you calling normal?
Well, me. I don't know about you two.
Andy, I've got to go and get a beer. Or more whiskey, rather. I just wondered, are you happy to carry on talking, or do you want a little musical break? An old classic?
Yeah, I'm okay for that. I can get a beer at the same time. What do you think? Yes.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me just find it.
Yes, Stephen.
And we know there's no copyright on this because it's from our old friend Robert Tucker. Hold on, we just find it.
Oh, okay.
Robert Tucker. Good old Robert.
Yeah, it's good.
There we go. I'll go and get a beer. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
There we go. Back in a minute.
He plays a good guitar, Robert.
Then it all comes crashing in and reminds me of the past. And sometimes I hear your name. Sometimes I hear your name. It reminds me of the pain. Well, I guess you picked me right, 'cause I am a foolish man. But at least I understand. But at least I understand. And I've learned to live
Oh, not bad.
I still
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's
He-
nice,
he-
isn't it?
Not my,
he's very good. He's a very
not
good
my
guitarist,
normal
Robert.
choice of music.
Yeah.
Not my normal choice of music, but I do like it.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Who gave you that song?
Robert Tucker.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
fine.
him playing.
Yeah. You're on the playlist,
There is a
Andy.
video of him. I mean, Robert Tucker looks just like you'd expect him to look. He's about 7 foot tall, heavy metal guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
He
just like you'd
used to
expect him
teach
to look.
guitar, Steve.
Huh?
He used to teach guitar. I probably still
Oh,
does.
yeah, I think
He's very good.
No, really good character. I mean, it's tricky. It's part of a community that I wish would still be part of us, but it was really down to Aztec that sort of joined the two genres together.
Yeah.
And it sort of worked, but didn't work. It's a shame. Yeah, I
And
wish
now-
it worked better, but
Now everybody's copying it anyway, right? Back when Az did it, we were 24/7 as well, and
yeah.
all the music was copyright free. It was all, he delved into it, and he said it took him ages for one track, but he worked up the library, and it did work. Now everyone's doing it. Colin, bless him, on the balcony. He's how he never gets done for copyright. So can we do the same as Colin? Just have music playing.
I don't.
I mean,
We're not monetized.
As much as I like Colin, I can't watch his stream because I can't listen to him talking and listen to the music at the same time. My brain I've got about 3 brain cells, and they can't do that task of listening to him talk and listening to. And the music is too loud for me. If it was much quieter in the background, maybe. But so Colin, sorry, mate, I can't listen. I am too critical, aren't I? What can I do?
Well, you say it as it is. I do find sometimes his music balance is a bit off, and it's hard to understand what he's saying because the music's too
You're
loud.
saying the music is too loud, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah.
If you had the music very low in the background, that would be good, because I think Colin is still funny, still good. Look, if I'm 100% honest, I'm bored with all the fighting and all I've been bored for about the last 6-12 months. But I can see he's got a market here. He wants to do it, no problem. Wouldn't criticize him at all. But it's just the logistics of it. The music is too loud. I can't listen to what he's saying because I've got the music going, and the music is good, great music. But as you say, Andy, I got no idea how he fucking does it. How can he play copyright music all the time?
He's not monetized.
Yeah, but he's still. I don't get that. I still don't get that, Stephen. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Well, if you're monetized, you're getting money for playing their music. And
No,
they
I
want
get
to cut of it. So then they'll hit you with a copyright.
But you're still playing their music publicly,
yeah.
where people can record it and they can stop
Well,
record sessions.
yeah,
you know?
okay. But how many people do that?
Well, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
That's why
yeah.
Colin gets away with it. And I think JG does the same thing. He's still there. He does the same thing.
yeah.
Plays his music and doesn't get hit because he's not not monetized.
JD does it clever. JD does mess around with it. He does, change the tone a little bit, change the speed a little bit, change it. I mean,
Nothing going to change my life.
Clever,
It doesn't sound the same, does it?
JG is very good at it, Steve. He's been doing it for years and over the years. I've known him for a lot of years. You all know that, but he's done some great stuff. He really gets into it.
Yeah, no, I'd like to hear from him to explain it because, okay, let's just delve
Like
into
I was
this.
trying to say to you before, Andy, you spoke over the top very rudely. I do have some naked photos of JG if you want to blackmail him into saying things.
That's why I talked over you.
Well, you got the same photos.
Yeah. I've
Good
blurred
guy.
out the private part. That's a part of discussion is of YouTube. IRLs were all the things 7-8 years ago, and they are still a major part in this sort of YouTube community. Not ours, but worldwide. But here, it has improved, I think, a little bit, or you think it hasn't improved? Has it got? All right, I'll ask. Yeah, Stephen, do you think it's improved or not improved? Has
How do you know
YouTube
improved?
got better?
I don't understand the question.
Well, improved in the sense of production. Oh, all right. Production, content. Yeah, production. Well, like JG for a start, he wouldn't be doing that.
Let me try to rephrase. Are you saying have the shows got better in production? And
not all. Some shows are exactly like they were.
None of them, Andy. You know? None of them have. None of them.
Oh no, I disagree. Some have got super duper really good.
Oh, new ones, yes, Steve. That new ones. I'm still doing the same format. Boring. Sorry.
No. I mean, I don't. Well, you know, the thing is that this is a community, but out of the community, it's YouTube. So surely people can just do what they want, and with things that are available now to make a presentation maybe better or the production better. Some people will argue that it's taking away just the conversational thing, but let that be a part of the genre. That's fine.
And
it's
also
just part of it.
Andy, you're going to love this. Also, very quickly, everybody's getting bored with AI. The AI generated stuff, because I know we had this conversation backstage. You hate the idea of AI taking away creativity. I'm not going to put words into your mouth, but you hate the idea that's, and it's been proved so quickly. Everybody's bored with it already. It's so naff. It looks so obviously AI. Even Stephen sent one today, which is really clever. News thing. But wasn't it horrible, Stephen? You watched it and it was like watching a cold fish flapping around on a marble plate. When it was just really no life to it whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying that we put life in the conversation, but it's got to be better than that.
Oh, it was too perfect.
And I think so. It was horrible. It was clever, but horrible.
It's like when I was saying before, Steve, I went to this site today and you can get an actual person reading out the news, but it's AI. I could go and pay this site or whatever. I can get someone to read out the news for half an hour, and you won't even know it's an AI.
Yeah, there's some sites I have to pay for half an hour's worth of attention.
Yeah, can I give the password to that, please? I feel lonely at night.
If people, but it's still relatively new in this genre. All I'm trying to say is that people could, like JG, all the time he's putting up trials and tests, and he's testing it live, which is great. I mean, how many times can you sort of get it live? In fact, he's backstage.
What I can't understand is JG is doing, and it does sound like I'm kissing his ass, but only because it's so impressive. JG is doing stuff that other people can't do. I mean, it's so impressive. I mean, he's taught his AI person to have the same mentality as he has. She's argumentative. She bitches about stuff. It's almost like a female JG, and it's fantastic to watch.
Perrin.
So bitchy.
Hey, it's a bald female. Bald female.
How are you doing, Perrin?
I'm doing well, JG.
Welcome, JG.
Sorry?
I said, put the wig back on, JG.
Yeah. I have it. It's laying in the kitchen, actually.
Okay. But no, JG, what you're doing, I mean, to be quite honest, when you put comments in your community thing, some of it is so complicated, I don't even understand it. But I did come into your stream. Well, I hope you know, I always try to say hello when I notice you up. And
sure.
When you had your Gemini, Gem, and you turned her into a right bitch. She was arguing with everything anybody said. Very clever.
She still
So
does.
clever.
She still does.
Well, a question for JG. Hello, mate. Thanks for joining, bro. Would you say you see obviously the potential and advantage of working with AI? Would you say you're addicted to it? Is it addictive once you get going?
Oh shit.
He wants to know if you play with your dick.
Yeah, a little bit. It is fun to mess around with.
Would you think that creativity wise you can do things that you wouldn't be able to do on your own, as it were?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, AI helps me make graphics for, let's say, thumbnails. It makes code for me. So, yeah, for sure, it helps me a lot. A lot.
Wow, I'm just watching a bit of it now. Shit. Mm. Wow, JJ. Can you get it to do rude things?
And look how quickly
Yeah.
Jen came back.
Yeah, if you push her enough, she can go on rants and shit.
Right.
Did you hear what Steve? Did you hear what Steve Perrin was doing with AI earlier? And got it? Did you hear what he tried to do and what the reply from AI was from Gemini? Did you hear that?
Yeah, no, I missed that one. I was trying to get my cam working.
Okay, Steve, repeat what you said. How your thing this morning?
I think I did tell you, JG. What happened was, I use Gemini as well, but obviously a much more simplified version of Gemini. And I asked it if it would do text to speech. When I woke up early this morning, 5 o'clock, and then yeah, I can do speech to text. Text to speech, no problem. What voices do you want? Blah blah blah. I went back in a few hours later and said, okay, can you do this show description? Can you read out for me? Can't do that. I said, well, 4 hours ago, you could do it. Oh, yeah. Thanks for keeping me on track. This is Gemini speaking. Thanks for keeping me on track. I'm sorry I lied to you. It was weird, JG. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's called, they do hallucinate sometimes. That's a part of AI. Not much we can do about it.
Is that because
if you
programmed to do that in the future? So at the moment, it's sort of thinking about doing it in the future. It's been trained how to do it in the future. So if you ask it at the wrong time, no?
Yeah, if you have talked with it before, it doesn't have a long memory. So it forgets what you talked about. Let's say if you close down Gemini and start it up again, it doesn't remember what you were talking about.
That's not what happened, though. That's not what happened, JG. What happened was the AI told me it could do something that it couldn't do. Firstly, it said it could do text to speech. And then 4 hours later, it remembered that it had told me that and said, no, sorry, I was lying to you. That's weird.
Yeah, it does get confused sometimes, but it is what it is. It isn't perfect.
Yeah.
But I have...
no, I've got the big question for you, JG. Would you like that standard of intelligence in control of your self-drive car?
Of course not.
And you're in the back. And you're in the back.
That would be fucking stupid.
But that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at, though, isn't it? That at the moment.
Oh,
the
they are making my AI angry in the chat.
JJ, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Have you got a sex doll?
I plead the fifth on that one.
Spoon said
I was driving with a sex doll.
Does anybody think we should we moderate Gem Chai?
Who?
Should we
Why?
make a moderator of Gem Chai? No. I'm scared to do it. I think she'd get rid of all of us.
Yeah, no, she can only ban and kick people on my channel. She shouldn't be able to do it here.
Yeah, we're not that sure though, are we?
Jay,
Is that your
Yeah, yeah.
Is Chem D one of your AI?
Gem is my AI. Yeah.
Well, okay. I and everyone else viewing didn't know that. Of course, Steve does because he's right into it. Oh, all right. Well, ban.
Oh, give her a spanner.
Yeah. Oh, that's a better idea. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we should do it. I think we need to know how dangerous AI is right from the start. So let me just get into there.
Oh, careful.
The operator, Mr. J. That's his baby.
I can't make her a mod.
Yeah, good
I
luck.
haven't got the power to make her a mod.
Yeah, good luck on that one. Total in control,
Have you
Jay.
Have you got power to make her a mod, Andy?
Oh God, really? I mean, I don't
I
mind.
haven't got the power.
You start that now. Whatever.
She can only do moderation stuff on my channel.
What? Yeah, but no. But
That's that's something I put in. So she can only do it on my channel.
How does it know it's on your channel, though? I should be able to make anybody a moderator, surely.
She knows because it's in the code, so to speak.
Bloody code.
Yeah, so your code has moved over to our channel. Ah, this is weird. Why can't I make Jen a mod?
Let's see.
I can hide her. I can put her in timeout. I can remove. Report. Go to channel and channel activity. I can't make her a mod.
Are you in the channel's YouTube?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Yeah, not
on the channel's YouTube.
Yeah.
Not
yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
JG, another question, right? Oh, okay. Yes.
No, you carry on.
All right. So, JG, your journey, we've all been watching it from, the old days and drama and everything. And then, slowly you started to learn about AI. And now you're a lot further advanced than you were when you started. So with your journey, out of 10, how far do you think you've come out of 10? How much you've got to go? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've gone far when it comes to AI, but still a lot to learn. By the way, YouTube removed the AI's respond about me asking if it can ban Souths. He was swearing a lot. Ah, no, there it is. There it is.
What the fuck are you? All right, I'll highlight that one. Hang on a second.
God, you're too fight a lot, JJ. Jesus.
somehow they can get away with these comments and we all laugh. If it was somebody else saying it, we go, oh, ban them, you know?
Yeah, but when it's an AI that says it, then it's just fucking funny. Come on.
Well, yes, but not everybody. No, I agree totally, Jay. I love it. I love it. Love it. But all I'm saying is that there's a lot of people viewing don't know that's AI. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, actually, I was on that Greg's channel. They were asking, is that a real person or an AI? So I had to explain that it was an AI.
Yes, Spoon did comment that you look.
By the way, JG, I made a Jem is now a moderator on.
Oh, I see it.
Okay, cool, good one. Yeah, I keep saying it. Spoon says you think you look like something from the future. If, and I've said this to Stephen Perrin, so are you becoming AI yourself? Does it take over a little bit of your mind process and your thoughts and the way you act or live? Only on here, obviously you don't go to work as in AI mode, but do you think there's a part of you now that is AI?
For me, no. No, I just do it for fun.
But does it change your thought processes and things? Are you thinking more AI on here? No, maybe in real life as well. Do you think a little bit more AI-y? AI-y? Is that a word? You know, AI-y?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a bit worried about this addiction thing. But at my age, I worry about everything.
Look at the
Yeah,
chat.
no.
Look at Nescafe's having a fight with Jem. It's so funny.
Okay. Oh, this is brilliant because they now know it's AI, so they don't take anything really bad and they can say anything bad back.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You see what I mean
That-
now, guys?
that-
Why I want to. You see what I mean when I said I wanted to buy Jem? She's so
Yeah.
funny.
That's what I am talking about. It's for fun.
Oh yeah.
It's for fun. That's it.
Yeah, but you could actually, you know, there's a few people. Honestly, there's a few people that we would sometimes want to make fun out of and have a go at. We don't do that because it's drama. But can you use AI as a conduit for getting your feelings off your chest and getting away with it because it's not you? Do you know?
Very
Like
good.
Yeah, I can. I can. Like I can let's say fake stuff about someone and then ask Jem, what do you think about this person? And she will look up that information I gave her. And she will say, yeah, that one is a real shit. He can go fuck himself and such. Sure, I can do that. That's easy.
Can you see
And
how?
it is fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
I've done it in one stream. Not the fake stuff, but I told her about someone, what he has done and what he's doing. And then the AI reacts to that facts about that person and say a lot of stupid stuff.
Well, Sal's got a question for Jem. I'm not going to read it out. It's there on the screen. Well, I will. Jem Chuddy, I like the name, by the way. I think that's really nice. So how much for a ping pong show? And the reply will be, oh, come on. Yeah. Oh, no, she's got the wrong name there. She's having a go in a minute. Oh, this is. I can't keep up with all this. Nescafe, you got a friend.
Let me ask JJ, a quick question. Once you set up Gem up for a stream or whatever, then you can just forget about her and just leave her to talk.
Yeah, I can. I can.
You don't at the moment, although Gem is talking to everybody here, you're not doing anything. You're just watching in the background, like I am. Yeah.
Yeah. My hands. I don't do anything.
We've heard you got a long dick, though. What's that?
That's a lie.
No, that was a stupid joke. I'm sorry, mate. It was low, but no, it's impressive. Impressive.
I do like the anonymity of it in this genre or any other chat where you can actually say what you want and get away with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm amazed how quickly it responds to what people say in the chat.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a delay, but it's fast enough. Fast enough.
So,
And
like,
didn't I see one night that you had it answering speech? So if you set it up right, Gemini can actually answer speech rather than going in the comment. Am I wrong? Am I imagining that, JG?
Yeah, no. I can set it up so I can talk with it.
Yeah.
I've done that on one of my early streams with AI. I sat and talked, and I got so I was drunk as fuck, and got so angry at the AI. So we had a little bit of a shouting match.
All right. Spoon says it's like a troll on steroids. That's a good conversation, but of course, the future is only going to get better, quicker, and more interaction as well, right? I mean, look how far it's come.
I've asked you this before. I've asked you this before in private, or do you realise how good you're getting at this? Because if I go online to try to find a Gem ID online for my work, can't find it. Not available. You have built something which you can't buy on the open market. Do you realize that?
Yeah, no. At the moment, it's very custom to what I made it to be. But most of my code can be downloaded if anyone wants it. It's on my Google Drive.
JG, we want it, mate. We want you to tell us, to teach us. We want Gem on our channel. And just so you know, every answer Gem gives, I hear her talking in my headphones because she is talking as well. Wow. JG, look, mate, although I'm sort of semi-joking, I would love to have Gem on our channel. I think it'd be so funny. We can see from just tonight, it's so funny. Christ,
I can see if I can do it. Hold on.
Make a fortune. You can make a fortune from this, JG. You're not listening to me. JG, forget us. We're just small fry. You can make a fortune from what you're doing here. I don't know how much you earn doing your weekly job. You could earn far more from doing this. Everybody in the world's looking for something like Gem. And you can't find it. Right, I'm going to shut up. Up to you. Do what you want. But I think you're missing a huge opportunity if you don't use your knowledge.
What are you doing, Andy? You having a piss?
Oh, maybe I can do it this way. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I need her to speak so I see what channel she's on. Oh, she isn't on any of these channels. Okay.
Don't worry, JG. But I hope you understand. I'm just saying you can make a fortune from this, mate. It's such an opportunity. Don't throw it away. Don't share it. I mean, obviously, share it with us because we love it. But don't share it with the world unless they're paying you for it. You're doing the work
No,
of God.
I don't want to get money from it.
No, you're an idiot. JG, stop it. You set this up. You can work it from Thailand. You can live in Thailand. You'll earn a port. Oh, JG. You need a business manager. Andy, can you be his business manager?
Well, I can set up a series of tutorials for $25 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, let's change this a little bit.
Subject. Well,
Let's see. That one we changed to. Yeah, you talk. I'm just trying to.
okay. Shall we play a news item while you're talking and
Yeah,
see?
go on.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to get another beer. Back in a bit.
All right.
Okay.
Thai authorities have confirmed that those smoking e-cigarettes can now be prosecuted as receiving smuggled goods. As a part of a clampdown on the fake fad industry, which does survive very well despite being illegal, the onus now lies equally on the smoker as well as the seller to quit.
Well, I think that's all like one of these laws when you're like looking at it from above. I've been downtown for the crackdown's been the last 2 months, and they're cutting off people that vape. I'm not going to say anything about me personally, but certain people that vape, they're cutting off the supply line. But everyone downtown is still vaping out in public, outside pubs, and no one is looking over their shoulder to be arrested. So I think it's a lot of mouth and no trousers, to be honest, personally speaking. But they are, what they're doing is they're raiding the warehouses, because these individual retailers are the ones that, the wholesalers that are wholesaling from Thailand, from getting stuff abroad, are supplying retailers. So these retailers can order like many units in one time. They're making a lot of money. And what I don't understand is, why don't they just make it legal and tax the bloody thing? The tobacco monopoly, wake up. Upcountry, a 14-year-old can walk into 7-Eleven and buy a packet of 20 cigarettes, but they can't buy, but we can't vape. It's absolutely ridiculous law. Look at the world. Philippines, Singapore, Hong Kong, Cambodia, Vietnam, legal.
Yeah.
And why? So whether there's a tax thing put in, I don't know. But here, Thailand, they're like trying to be, oh, no, we don't want it.
Andy, you do know you can order it on Lazada.
Yes, I know. Can you?
Yeah.
Not now. Oh, really?
Yes, it's all up there now. Yeah. I don't know what the problem is with it. You're 100% correct. It's overtaxed. They can't charge tax on it, and they can charge tax on cigarettes. So, of course, it's illegal.
Like, if the tobacco monopoly stopped concentrating on their cigarette empire, which still goes because a lot of people still smoke, and put some money into manufacturing their own vapes, getting the juice, working out how that works, and all that, and then putting it on the market. It's a lot better. It's not as healthy as not smoking vape, but vaping is a lot better than cigarettes. But they say, oh, no, cigarettes is fine. Nothing wrong with cigarette smoking. Oh, that's great. Yeah, carry on. Here they are. But vaping, no, because they don't produce it themselves. So it's very much like it's going to change, but it'll take time.
Yeah. It's hard when you sort of rely on that sort of thing. I mean, a lot of people do smoke it.
Well, I got friends that are like tearing their hair out. Yeah, they're tearing their hair out. Luckily, and I'm not going to say any more, I've never mind. I'm saying I'm not tearing my hair out. Let's put it that way. But a lot of people are, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
And then go to cigarette smoking.
The operation, codenamed Secret Lion Illegal Cigarettes Phuket V2, was led by the Department of Provincial Administration following orders from Deputy Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul. The operation was launched after local residents tipped off officials about the widespread sale and transportation of untaxed cigarettes. More than 50 personnel were involved in the raids, all of which targeted locations in Phuket's Muang district, including 2 shops in Ratsada, along with another shop and what was described as a warehouse-style room, both in Phuket town. Investigators found that the cigarettes were smuggled into Phuket by sea using tour boats. Some of the illicit goods were also transported via a private logistics company. Once here, they were distributed to local shops through a network that was allegedly coordinated by one individual. The products were being marketed online through the Line app, according to police. Authorities say that initial estimates placed the damage to state tax revenue at over 4 million baht, given the significant amount of illegal cigarettes seized, though police did not provide an exact number. 3 suspects were arrested and now face several charges, according to police. In addition, the network was found to belong to a politician who was one of the local council candidates in the area, though authorities failed to name the politician. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
They can't win or lose, can they? They're frightened of protecting their tobacco industry. They're putting more effort into protecting their tobacco than developing vape, which worldwide is taking over.
The Thai government would never let anything sell that's bad for you in any country. The same with our country, mate. Smoking's good for you. And the vapes, I mean, they're not paying, so they should ban it. There's no tax on it. Something like that, anyway.
No, I get it. And they hate anything coming into the country, whether it be tourists on fake visas or anything else. Anything that's coming in the country that they can't make any money or what they think money out of. So put in a bloody process and make it legal and get money from it. They'd make a lot of money. They'd make millions and millions a year.
But I'll just change slightly the subject. In Thailand, you can go and buy 2 or 3 cigarettes from a mum or papa shop. They will sell them to you. So if you want to, so you can cut down on your smoking and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. It's not so hard to give up smoking in Thailand if you concentrate on this. In Australia, you can't buy under 20 cigarettes. Now, before, many years ago on a far off land, we used to be able to buy 5 cigarettes in a packet and 10 cigarettes and good. We want you to buy the 30. It's profit. It's just ridiculous.
I know.
You know, a packet of 20 cigarettes here, and is about 900 baht.
Wow. In England, it's around about £17, or I think roughly for 20.
Very similar.
Yeah. And how much of that is tax?
Well, they probably pay about 1 cent or 2 cents for a cigarette, so it'd be 98% profit. You look at Thailand, you're paying I'll use dollars. You're paying $3, I think, for a packet of smokes.
Australian.
About $2.50. And in Australia, you're paying $36. So how's that for a markup? Yeah. It's all going to the government, which selling stuff that kills people. They're going about vaping. What's vaping going to do to you?
They've done that. They've got their spreadsheets and they say no. And they have the sway of the government, which is really bad, you see. And they say, right, no, we stop that because we're happy as we are. It's one of the only industries that is standing still. Yeah. All the other industries, are like moving forward and trying to get better. And they're the old fuddy-duddies. They're the old fuddy-duddies.
When I left Thailand, a lot of years ago, they were going to bring in a law that if you got caught with an e-cigarette, you get 10 years jail.
For vape, I think the statute is still 5 years. It never happened. It never happened. They're just actually, all they're doing is blown out of proportion. That's why that news item, it's good, but it's incorrect in real life. But it sounds good on the news. Oh, yeah, if you vape outside the O'Hara's Irish pub, you could get 5 years in jail or a 20,000 baht fine. No, doesn't happen. In my experience and with the friends that I know, does not happen. So, don't forget, 1 year ago, we could smoke weed outside the pub. Totally legal. Now it's
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Andy.
You know. Yes,
Andy, the first thing you see when you get out of the airport in Bangkok, that's the police officers vaping. So there you go.
Okay. It's one of those strange laws that go along with prostitution is illegal in Thailand. It's very similar.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You know, tons of this stuff is coming over from China, and they don't like that because it's illegal. It's black market. So get rid of that.
Yeah, but there isn't any prostitution in Thailand.
Yeah.
There isn't.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Neither have I.
It's like that Monty Python one, you know, when the Romans go in and search that man's building, he comes up, found this spoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, it is massive, the vaping, which just shows how popular it is. There's massive warehouses. I mean, they got other things in there as well, not drugs, but they got electronic stuff and everything else that they're bringing in illegal. I get that. I get that. But the vaping is a popular, and they say there's the new government, or there's a section of the new Democrat, I don't know, walk forward or whatever it's called, move. I hate politics, so I don't follow it. But that they are all for home brewers, craft beer. Let's go into craft beer. It's like you've got to make 4,000 liters a month to actually get within the law of producing it. And then you have to go through an FDA thing anyway. But 4,000 liters, which means you have to have a full-on brewery like Singer and Leo, the Singer company.
The alcohol industry in Thailand is a closed industry.
Like tobacco. Yes, tobacco and alcohol. It's the same people, bro. Same friggin' people.
Like Andy.
Yes.
Beer's family in their little bar, they sell homebrew Lao Khao. Come on.
Yeah.
Everyone is doing it in Thailand. Come on.
I know. The homebrew craft, illegal as it is, homebrew, many bars have it on tap. They're doing it they're professional.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Really, really good. But
I think
you
that doesn't doesn't Leo make that local?
I'm not sure, mate.
11, I think, don't you? Is that right, guys? I think they do. Yeah,
Well,
I won't drink that stuff, mate. I was off my friggin' tits one night, you know.
If it doesn't come out of a big blue barrel and I'm not in Chiang Mai and it's a little family that are making it illegally in their back like moonshine, I won't drink it because that's the real stuff. That's the stuff like that really. I mean, Lacao, I don't drink it a lot. Not many times in my life.
Dude, Leaco, seriously. That shit's ancient. What's next asking me about Tang Dynasty poetry?
Fair enough.
Jem, shut the fuck up. Oh, she's going to reply. Don't be nasty.
Yeah, no, she isn't listening.
Oh, good.
You have to type it.
Okay, let me get on the
It's good stuff you got there going there. It's good.
I just put her microphone through.
Hey, JG, whatever happened to your canoe?
They stole it.
Oh, shit. God, that was one of the funniest streams I've ever done in my life, that one. You remember that?
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate the support. Winking face.
Oh.
Yeah. I might buy another one. I haven't decided.
Yeah.
I don't know the story.
You rode to the island and stuff like that. Well, geez, that was a great stream. Very funny.
Can you explain the stream? Because I don't know about it. I'm sure.
JJ bought a glass bottom boat. I was all Perspex, wasn't it, JJ? I think it was. And he jumped in it with his camera and stuff. And I think we're on Tim's. I can't remember now. I might be on.
Yeah, I think it was on Tim's.
Yeah, whatever. And he rode all the way down the channel to the island and had his beer. He nearly flooded himself. It was freaking hilarious. Yeah, really funny. Really funny. Really enjoyable.
Yeah, that was fun.
JG, they were the good old days. We had fun and get away from all the bullshit. But maybe we can get back there one day.
But Jay, I'm really happy that you've been through the ringer. I mean, we've been friends for 7-8 years, so we know all the old
for sure.
that, and I'm glad that AI, or not AI, your new hobby has taken you away from that, and you're really into it, and the work you do is exceptional. Love it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, about the drama. You don't realize, well, you do, because I get it, you went away from it as well. It's so good for your brain.
Yeah.
And you drink a shitload less.
Yeah.
Because no one can be around that bullshit sober. If you can, then you have to go to a fucking psychiatrist.
JG,
get your brain checked.
The best way to handle all that shit, JG, is just don't respond to it. And it soon goes away. I've been out of it for years, mate. I just couldn't be bothered with the shit. I never was into it, actually.
Yeah, it's fucking pointless.
Yeah. Slap them down, they're back again tomorrow.
No, I mean, I'm just for, this is a community, but it's still just YouTube where you should do anything you want, and why be criticized? You know what I mean? Like, let people do what they want, and we can do, or you can do what we want. We're not hurting anybody, so why the animosity about this community is between a few people that think that is their community? It's not. It's YouTube, for heaven's sake. It's global.
Yeah, but criticism is totally fine if it's valid.
Yeah, positive.
If it's valid, don't make up shit every fucking day. Day out, day in. They sit and talk fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Well, we'll change it.
Look, it's a very simple one. What happens is, if you're not happy with your life, you criticize other people's lives to make you feel a little bit more comfortable in your own skin. That's what happens all the time.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
They criticize whatever because you can always look down on people. There's always going to be people that have been less fortunate in life, so it's easy to have a go, sort of kick down on people. It's easy.
Yeah.
You'll never see any of us doing it. But if somebody's worse off than me, I'm never going to criticize them for it.
Yeah.
Because for the sake of God, if I'd have made different choices, my life might have not been so nice or worked out so well. And my life isn't. Nobody's life is fucking perfect anyway. It doesn't matter how much money you've got, no matter what situation you're in. You've still got fucking problems. You're still dealing with women that argue about stupid things when they shouldn't argue. They should just stay in their place.
Yeah.
Why do they talk back? Jem, why do these women talk back to me? Fuck me.
Nah,
Nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. We've all got problems. Doesn't matter if you're Jeff Bezos or anybody. We got lightning going off here. Nobody's life is perfect, but you'll never see me, Andy, Stephen Clark, any of our gang, anybody I know going down on people for their lives not so fortunate. Because how do I know? They could be happy. I lived for over 10 years on a little boat. Loved it. You look at it and you go, how can you live on a small boat like that? It was fucking brilliant. Loved it. I miss it to this day. I love it. I loved it to bits. I loved sailing. I loved all that. But you look at it and you go, oh, how can you live on a little boat like that? It was fucking great. I could make a cup of tea without getting out of bed. Super.
Well,
anyway.
Look at. I don't want to be, what's the word? never mind what the word is. Like JG, he has a working life, which he has to put his effort into to financial reasons, and then he has his hobbies, and there's nothing wrong with a hobby, and this is a pure hobby. Well, hobbies are. Everyone's done hobbies since the world, well, not since the world began, but you know what I'm saying? Hobbies take your mind into a pleasant arena where you're happy,
absolutely.
where you're happy. And if that arena is, well, I like doxing and talking crap about people and all that, that's fine. Put it on a channel. Nothing wrong with, well, there are a few moral issues, but nothing, just do it. But why criticize other channels that don't do it? I don't understand. I really don't get it. I just don't. And I never have in 6 years or 7 years being in this. I've always felt I'm sort of like the one outside because it never excited me.
The whole of YouTube's infested with it, Andy. Every chat channel, every live channel, doesn't matter what the subject is, it's just full of trolls. Everybody with a keyboard on YouTube is 10 foot tall. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. A lot of them had problems in their lives. They've been picked on at school, and hey, they see someone that's even remotely better than them, and the jealousy comes out in them, and they'll attack them because you don't know who's attacking you. They can say anything they freaking want, and if you get the better of them, they can change your name and come back as someone else.
Well,
don't bother.
Don't you think that's a huge change? I can't remember. Look, there were always bullies all through life, but I can't remember anything like this. When I was a teenager growing up or whatever, look, some people don't like you, some people like you. It is a horrible world that these youngsters are in now, where
yes.
there's no repercussion for what they do. That's a big thing. You can be anonymous on the keyboard, and there's no repercussions.
But does that show a weak man that can? I'm sorry, I'm going to probably make a few enemies here. Someone that is frightened to go under their name. I know if you're working and you get doxxed. I mean, when I was working...
Hey, Wolf, waving hand.
Thanks, Jem. When I'm getting used to this malarkey, bro. So, no, when I was working, if I got emails saying Andy is a P or he's like an undesirable or anything, my bosses would just laugh at it. They would laugh at it. They would never fire me. So there is...
Hey, Wolfie. I'm good, thanks. How's it hanging? Winking face.
Is Wolfie in? Oh, hello, Wolfie. Hi. Oh, he's saying hello to Jem, not to us. Wolfie, we're real. Sorry, I had to make my point there. No, but you understand what I just don't get that someone comes under an alt because they're frightened of putting what they say
8
under their real
inches.
name.
Is that your asterisk measurement, Wolfie? Nice. Winking face.
Jem, can you be quiet while Andy's talking, please?
Yeah.
Hold on, I mute her.
Oh, bless her.
There we go.
No, I don't say bless her. I've got to say bless Jay. I'm confused, but never mind. So, yeah, what I'm saying is fucking unreal, isn't it, really? So, ding. So, yeah, the point I'm trying to make is the point that we all know is that, there's a lot of people here that come under their real names. That's because we're confident in what we say, what we do, and the way we are. If you are worried about being doxxed and something, fine, come under an alt. But the alts that come under and just spew a load of horrible stuff, you can't get lower than that because they're frightened. They're frightened to stand up to somebody and say who they are. And to me, that's anyway, end of rant.
Well, let me.
Yeah, I've been doxxed like 1,000 times, so I couldn't care anymore. If they come to my apartment, they're fine. I couldn't care less.
Can we just change the subject a little bit? Jay, have you taken motorcycle taxis in well, you have. I know we've all taken motorcycle taxis, right?
Yeah, not the
Police have
bikes. The
You've never taken a
closest is tuk-tuk. Tuk-tuk.
So you've never taken a motorcycle taxi?
No,
Oh,
never had the need for it.
they do. Like I have to take one to get to the BTS. It's at the end of our road, right? And it's a 30-baht ride to the BTS station, and it's fine. Well, anyway, let's just look at this and see how you have to be maybe careful.
Prattle police have arrested a local man accused of dressing as a motorcycle taxi driver and taking a Russian passenger for a ride. It seemed that he robbed the woman and their daughter, pointing what appeared to be a pistol at them and demanding their cash. Prattle police arrested a 30-year-old Thai who had been quickly identified and is manned for similar crimes in the past.
What a dummy. If we had dummy of the week, there has to be. If you go to a taxi rank, you see it.
Yeah.
All their photos are up there, even a price of where to go, because they know in their area where they're going. It's 30 baht a here, 40. It's all there. They're all registered. So I guess the Russian guy didn't really understand it. And that's sad, you know. Read up before you come. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's horrible. It really is. Goes back to the olden days in Thailand before all these restrictions happened. You know, the bad taxi drivers and
the black
plates. It was terrible in Thailand. They just take the taxi drivers would just take you where they wanted to.
I know. Pattaya is a lot better now, right? They have Grab, but I've heard their prices are like pretty high.
No, I thought they were okay. You know, you get a set price. It's up to you if you want to take it. But a lot of it depends if it's raining. Well, the prices are going to go straight. You know the rules in Thailand. Yeah. And what time of day you want to go somewhere, and you know, I find it quite reasonable, quite a good price. You know.
Well, me and Stephen, we were doing some trips from like South Jomtien to where we were staying, and the fares were all okay. I think if Stephen's still there, Steve's still here. Steve, do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm still here. Look, I think you get rarely scammed in Thailand compared to how much you're scammed in your own home country, where a call out for an electrical fault is probably £200 just for the call out to see what's wrong.
That's to knock on the door,
In Thailand, you don't get the call out fee. You get a nice guy coming around and say, yeah, it's going to cost you £20 for me to redo all of this. I'll be round tomorrow morning. Is that okay? Look, it's so easy to moan about the occasional scams in Thailand, but we get scammed in our own countries all the time.
Yep.
All the time. Everything every price is marked up to something ridiculous. I can remember 30 years ago.
To be fair, that's a different story, isn't it? I'm not saying Thailand is bad,
right.
but there is a scam and there is what you think is a scam. That's a big fucking difference.
Yeah, you're right,
isn't
JG. I'm just having a little argument between myself. That's all.
Yeah,
you're right.
Oh, yeah.
It is a different argument. What is JG? What? No, I'm joking. But yeah, you're right. But I think in all the time I've been here, have I really been scammed by anybody apart from my wife, family, children? No, not really.
Yeah, but that's expected, isn't it, Perrin?
Oh yeah. I expect all of it, but look, I do have. Oh well, no, the buddy that really happened to died 2 years ago, but I did have a mate who lost 100,000 UK pounds to a woman that was horrible. He lost.
So basically, he was fucking stupid. Basically,
but he was JG. He was a lovely man.
Yeah, but he can still be stupid.
He lived a really lovely life.
I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for people that loses money to a fucking Thai lady. I don't.
Well,
If they do,
I think
they are fucking stupid.
No.
End of story.
You're being a bit too harsh.
They're just extremely
You're being
ugly.
too harsh. I think when people fall in love, and this guy genuinely fell in love. Genuinely. He fell in love. But he still, even when she took everything from him, he still loved her.
Yep.
Now,
As I said, he is stupid. Just as I said, he is stupid.
Extremely ugly.
No, he's a
And
lovely guy.
stupid.
And I'm going to be offended that he was a super guy. And let me tell you this: he
Come on,
died.
you. Even if it is your friend, Perrin, even if it is your best fucking friend, you can't deny it. He is fucking stupid.
Yes, JG. Of course, I can deny it. Who do you think you're talking to?
When did you start to lie, Perrin?
JG, listen to me. If it made him happy being in love with her, if that made his life better, even the money, 100 grand, means nothing. If his life was better with her, and he still, I mean, I've never had that sort of love where somebody does something horrible to me and I still love her. I couldn't imagine it. He still loved her even after all this shit. I can't experience it. I've never loved anybody that much.
So again, he's stupid.
Yep.
Now, that in your mind, but only because you've never experienced.
No, not in my mind. Not in my mind. He's stupid by definition.
No. You've never experienced the love he had.
And
you missed out on the love he had.
If he's happy being scammed, why are we fucking talking about it?
I might get some popcorn. This is good.
No, it's not. It's the same fucking argument.
Why are we talking about it if he's happy? If he's not happy,
he's dead now.
Then he is fucking stupid. If he's happy, then he's just gullible.
He's dead.
Simple.
Let me tell you his whole story, just so you understand.
No, not gay. Gullible.
Let
not gay.
Let me finish off the story, JG, just so you know why he's a lovely guy. He did go through.
Yeah, I never said he wasn't. I never said he wasn't.
JG, finish my story. Let me finish my story, and then.
Sorry.
You got three ranks. He went through a horrible thing, which many things go through. The girl got the house, got the dogs, got a lot of his money, and then fucked him off. Yeah. He still loved her. He went to Pattaya. He bought himself a condo because he had a great. He's ex-army. He was in a band in the English Army. I can't remember. I think he played guitar, trumpet, whatever, and he taught guitar. So he had a decent pension, army pension and private pensions from all the tutoring he'd been doing. And he lived in Brighton. If you know Brighton in England, it's the suburb of England now. So, you know, if you sell a house in Brighton, it's worth a fucking fortune. So he had lots of money. He lost his 100 grand, still went to Pattaya, still had enough money, still had a really great time, G. He missed the girl, he missed his dogs, but he still had, I knew him for about the 6 years after this happened. I knew him for 6 years. He had a great time, JG. He wasn't sitting at home being miserable about it. He still loved the girl. He still loved the girl. That was the one thing that was a bit weird, but you can't, you know, sometimes people love the things you don't like. Go on.
Perrin, that's my fucking point. If he's happy being scammed, why are we fucking talking about him?
Now you're saying he's been an idiot for falling that much in love. I'm saying no, he's not.
No,
I quite admire.
that's
the fact
not.
that he was that-
I never
admire-
mentioned him being in love.
No, I did.
I never
I
mentioned
admire
about
the
him
fact-
being in love. I mentioned
I
the
admire
other
the
stuff, not about him being in love.
I admire the fact that he was that much in love. I'm a bit envious that he was that much in love with her.
Okay, can I-
Maybe foolish. Go on.
No, I was going to
But-
say something that you guys have missed out. Hang on, Jay. Hang on. Is that what the problem is that's all fairly innocent. You've been scammed and they get away with it. That means they carry on and do it again and again and again because they're getting a positive result from their scamming. So if people don't fall for it in the first place, it's going to like limit their scamming potential.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
But look, yeah, Andy, most
Yeah,
men
so, but
men are
at
pretty
the end of the day, even if they are in love, so much in love, and they let the lady do it again and again, they are fucking stupid. You can't fucking argue about it.
Or
yes, I
maybe
can.
He is by definition stupid.
so. Jay,
By definition.
are you calling people that are innocent and naive stupid? Just a question. Just a question.
Okay, fair enough. Let's say naive.
Naive.
But
Well, that's
if the person, if the Jem isn't a ladyboy, by the way. She mixed that one up.
That's a bit strange, that one, JJ. I was just reading that.
Not even I knew she was a ladyboy.
Well,
She just made that shit up.
You fucking trained. There's something wrong with you. You are thick.
Jay, you coded her, so.
Oh,
there's something going on.
shit.
I bet
Here
Tony
it
come out.
comes. Here it comes.
But you understand that naivety is not necessarily being
Good Angel,
stupid.
Angela. How you going?
It's a lack of
Yeah,
experience.
but Perrin, if the person, if you do it once, yeah, I give it that he is naive. Twice, a third time, then he is fucking stupid. Okay, now I've covered all the limits.
But JG, don't you see all through your life? You see men falling in love with women that you can't imagine. And I see women falling in love with men that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think I'm a good judge, and I quite like it when I see somebody that is really in love, totally in love with somebody. And I confess I'm a bit jealous of it. I think I had it with my first wife.
But that has nothing to do about scamming.
Yeah, a lot of
Is it
those. What you're
scamming?
saying is very nice, Steve.
I don't
but
know.
sometimes you can understand it's only one way. Usually, the guy's madly in love with a girl, and the girl doesn't give a fuck. Sometimes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm missing. I'm talking at cross purposes, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay, you win, JJ. You're right. If she's scamming him from the start, and you're right because I have friends that said, "Oh, she's a evil witch," but
Yeah.
Perrin.
she made him happy. Yes.
If the guy is smart, he do what I did. I just tell her I don't have any money. Then go. Done.
So she's just going out with you for
It
your
isn't
looks.
that
Then
fucking hard.
she's going out with you because of your looks.
Well, it isn't for the money.
Very handsome man, you know that.
It isn't for the money, so
Must be the looks. Yeah.
Yeah, or I'm just a nice guy in general. So
That's good. No worries.
No, all I'm saying is I was at a bar once once many times in
Once.
Paddy.
That is a great. I'm going to repeat that.
Hello, Andy.
I
The usual.
enjoyed that. I was in a bar once. That's not Andy.
You have to think about
I
incrimination.
was in a bar 1,000 times.
Incrimination. Here.
Thousands of times I've been in bars.
I had a guy, a tourist. He was about 25 or whatever, and his name was Jeremy. So he had that going against him from the start. But anyway, straight off the plane, and he got to know me. And I'm not one of those guys like, oh, I've been here 40 years. I know what's going on. I just like act as if I'm another tourist, because that's always the best way. Because this is what happens when, oh, you lived here have you lived here a while? Are you on holiday? All that business. All nice chat. He bought me a beer. I bought him. It was all going great. And then he asked, how does the sex thing work here in Pattaya? And I was sort of lost. I was a little bit lost for words in the sense of, well, it's so bloody blatant. It's simple. He says, well, what's this bar fine? I said, okay. And it was like teaching God, I hope I'm not saying anything wrong here. It's like teaching a 5-year-old geography. It's like, well, you buy the girl out, and then she'll come and stay long term or short term. You have to pay her for longer. And his mouth was just went open. He said, is that it? Is that's all there is? And I said, well, yeah. I mean, just talk to a girl. Well, I'm a bit shy. And I said, well, I said, trust me, it doesn't matter if you're shy. They'll come to you. Don't worry about it.
oh yes, oh yes.
I know. And it was like, are they safe and all that? I said, forget all that. I don't know. I have no idea. But you have to have your wits about you. And that's why I think if you live in England and you want to go to Barcelona or Sweden or whatever, it's pretty easy just to nip on a plane and get there, and there's no culture shock. But for people coming to these countries like, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, or whatever, there is a culture that you have to know about. And they should just do some research before they get here so that they start off on a good foot. But so many have no idea what they're doing. They show their feet at people. They tap people on the head. They, act arrogant in Pattaya where the bouncers are going to get you as soon as you come out. They just have no idea of what is going on. And these are the people, as Jay said, deserve what comes to them, because you've got to do research. You're traveling halfway around the globe, different culture, different language, different, everything is different from the West. So these people that come out green and wet behind the ears, fine, but they should do a little bit of research of where they're going, do's and don'ts and this and that. And you can get on thousands of channels to work out if you want sex, if you want to be a monger. There's tutorials out there how to be a monger. So there's no excuse for coming and sitting at a bar. I don't know what's going on.
A little funny story though. When I first came over here, I did my 2 weeks. Didn't expect to get to Pattaya, but I met a guy who became my best mate and said, "Oh, we'll meet up in Pattaya in a couple of days' time." Did all that. Loved Pattaya. I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. So I went back to England and I bought the book on talking Thai, colloquial Thai, and it came with a couple of 2 cassettes. Teach yourself colloquial Thai, and I got half decent. I did the first sort of 3 or 4 chapters on it. Went back to Thailand about 3 months later, and then found out that most of the girls in Pattaya don't speak Thai; they speak Isan.
That's a point.
You still had them. You still had them correcting what he was, and you would have a girl that spoke Thai translating to the girl. It was still fun, but not. And that was a time when you used to see the girls that wanted to look like. I shouldn't say this, but when they wanted to look like the Brian Flowers expression of farm fresh, what they would do is sit in the bar, reading a Thai to English dictionary, as if it was their first night here. I'm getting too involved, aren't I? But that was a great scam.
Well,
They're sitting there reading. They're sitting in a bar. This is before phones. Before they weren't looking at the phones. They would. It was a much better scam. They'd have a dictionary, Thai to English, English to Thai.
well, do you know how that can
think,
go?
oh, right. Go.
Do you know how that can go wrong? It's like if you're on the phrase book. Remember all those phrase books, Jay, and all that.
Yeah.
Right. The phrase book. So you're under taxes. How much is this ride? But then after a few beers, you get all confused, and you ask a girl that sat next to you, "How much is this ride?"
Yeah, but that was always the thing, Andy. It was always up to you.
But
Up to
they
you.
need research. They need. I mean, well. But I like what Jay said, that the guy you were talking about is stupid. I would take that word out and put naive. And there's nothing wrong with naivety because it's a lack of.
Can you can have happy naive.
Oh, absolutely.
He was the happiest. We had a gang of maybe 6 people. He was the happiest of all of us, and
Would
he
you
could
say he
drink
was
all
he
under
was-
the table.
Would you say he was gullible?
Actually,
question.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to
Yeah,
concede to JG and say he probably was a little bit simple. I wouldn't say stupid. I'd say he was a bit simple. You know, Andy, do you have that expression there? A bit simple.
I get the simple, but I wouldn't say simple because that's like they're mentally defects. You know, it's like, oh, I'm simple. They're not simple. They are lacking experience and are naive. They're naive because of the lack of experience. I mean, was he like that in all?
No, he had loads of experience. He'd been in the army in Malaya.
So he was gullible.
I tell you, Andy, you've told us. No, I won't say this. I'll retract for that. His greatest claim to fame was he shagged Eartha Kitt.
Oh,
now it's probably only me and Andy that remember who Eartha Kitt it was.
I know,
but Andy, you would have loved him. He was a musician, very good session musician, earned decent money playing guitars.
Isn't it Aretha Kite, isn't it?
Huh?
Aretha Kite.
No, Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt.
Her famous song was, "I need an old-fashioned house in an old-fashioned." She sang like with a vibration in it. Am I right?
Yeah, didn't she do Diamonds Are Forever? No, that was Sadie Bassey, wasn't it? Hold on, let me see what Eartha Kitt did.
An old-fashioned, whatever it's called, an old-fashioned house in an old-fashioned.
I haven't heard that one.
Well, it's not a classic.
She was big, honestly. In the UK, she was big.
Yeah. We used to call her.
Oh yeah, she was.
We used to call her Eartha Fit.
Yeah. And so this guy that you say stupid, fuck, he shagged a world famous singer.
Okay.
I'll shut up. But no, he was a lovely guy. And he showed me, shows he got hospices in Pattaya because he ended up his life in the hospice for a few weeks, and he got flown back to the UK to meet his long estranged daughter. So I know it cost 4 years ago 20 grand to fly back to the UK with a couple of nurses.
All right, Lily Funky Chick is going, oh, can we tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree? Tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. Who sang that? Around the old oak tree. I can't remember.
Tony something. Was it Tony?
Orlando? No.
Tony Orlando? Could be.
It wasn't Bennett, that's for sure.
I've lost YouTube. Hold on, I've got to pull YouTube back up to see what I didn't even know we had Lily Funky here. Hold on. JG, I can't see. Who said this?
Lily.
I can't see. I can't see Lily.
In the chat, they are just messing with the AI.
All right. It was Stephen. Steve, it was Dawn
Oh,
saying "Hiya,
yeah.
yellow" around the altar.
Yellow. Oh, Lily. Why can't I see Lily Funky Chick? In the chat?
Well, she's there in all her glory.
Weird. No, I can't see it. Oh, yeah, okay.
Hello, Dan.
A bit up, she is. She's been around for a while now.
Oh, yeah, Lily. I call her Lily. Yeah. I've never seen her, so I don't know if she's a funky chick, but we like Lily.
Lily's Hawaii, isn't she? Is
She's
Lily
from
Hawaii?
Lower. Yes, Lower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You've had so many natural disasters going on in your country. You thought about leaving? Every time I look on the news, something horrible is happening in Hawaii.
I'd like to go there just to see how authentic it is or how American it is. Yeah.
I'd love to.
We got a chef that lives around the corner from us. He's like, well, money's no object. He says, I want to take you, your son, and your wife to Hawaii. I've got friends there. He's half Thai, friends and all that business. And I'm just going, when? God knows how I'd fly there from here. My goodness.
Go to Japan first, I think. Yeah.
That's a lovely thing. Christ. That's South saying that. Lily, beautiful inside and out. Jesus,
wow. South, what's going on? What's going on? Are you feeling all like romantic and nice for a change?
Yeah.
Love you, South.
Yeah. He's never going to live that down, though, is he? Lily, beautiful inside and out. Yeah.
That's why he doesn't say it too much.
I'm gonna obviously we'll be using that quite often, South.
Okay. We have one more news item as the day is getting late for me and I can't hard to focus. But who remembers? All right, we got Sawanapoom now, but
hold on. Can you just have a quick break? I've got to have a pee, Andy. And I'd love to hear the story. Can you fill in for 2 minutes?
Yeah. No, Stephen will fill in. He's good at that.
All right. Okay. Back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Stephen,
no worries.
fill in.
I haven't been able to get a word in.
I know.
Yeah. That's okay.
That was a good debate. I like that. I thought it was good about
naivety
and gullible. You know, I get what Jay was saying. I do get it. That you got to be, stupid to take a scam. But I've been scammed.
A lot of people, and a lot of people go over there, okay, and they're extremely ugly, and usually as fat as fuck, and they just can't get a girl in their country, and they come there and they got this young, slender, beautiful girl all over them, and it's very easy to fall in love, isn't it? And and you're gonna lose everything, yeah.
Well, it depends on your past experiences in life, like if you don't meet a lot of women in the country you live at, you have no sort of social life or anything. You come to Pattaya and it's all there: social life, women, cheap booze, good accommodation, food fine. Although they probably eat at McDonald's, but and all that. So it's like to them, they think the plane has crashed. You know what I mean? Like they've gone to heaven for sure. And that's great. But don't misbehave and take the Thai people. You're a guest, and you have to remember you're a guest. That's all I'm going to say. I mean. Yeah,
a lot of them don't do that. They bring their dirty habits with them and their rules.
So I was going to.
Okay, I'm back. You can tell the story now, Andy.
Well, the lead up to the story was nothing big, but there was Dom Mung in the beginning. We did that on last week about before and now or whatever it was, and then there was Sawanapoom. But there's always been an airport that was in the early days. It was where the Americans put their B-52s to go over to Cambodia. Can you believe they actually bombed that bloody country as well, and Vietnam? So it's called Utapao. That's the way to pronounce it, I think.
Meanwhile, at home, And Thai media is telling of governmental approval of loans to 2 developments of Pattayar's Utapao Airport, with the Finance Ministry set to pave the way to fund with the Asian Development Bank. This for the expansion of the 7 motorway, which links Utapao Airport, an expansion that will cost close to 2.5 billion baht, along with airport expansion to afford a greater passenger service set to run around 13 billion baht. A sticking point, perhaps, is the slow progress in developing the promised high-speed rail link that was, and still is one day, due to link the region with the capital.
How's it going to link the region with the capital? Is it going to go via Suvarnabhumi Airport or go directly straight to Bangkok?
I know a guy that flies from, he lives in Pattaya. He flies to his wife's family up in Royet or somewhere like that. He flies from Utapao.
Yeah, it's a long drive there, and when they were first doing it,
from where? Long drive from where? Not from Pattaya.
To Pattaya, yeah. It is. And plus, at the time when they were doing it, when they first opened it, they had nowhere to park your car.
Yeah, that's all changing now, right?
I don't know. I've never been there.
Well, they've got a whole like food outlets there now and everything. So I've heard.
I can't see the point in going to Utapao and catching a plane when you can spend an extra half an hour and get to Suvarnabhumi.
Well, it's halfway. It's in between Chonburi and Pattaya, so there is like a taxi fare less. And I tell you what, nationality use it a lot is the Russians.
Yeah,
I thought you liked that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all airlines fly from AirAsia.
What are the Chinese going to do? They'll bring their big Hercules copies out and land at the airport, and they got the fast train to get all their troops right in the middle of Bangkok.
But it makes sense because even if you're not going to Pattaya, but you're going further south, you miss out Suvarnabhumi. You land there, the distances are 100 kilometers shorter than if you're in Bangkok. They've got big plans for that. I mean, you take any country, they have satellite airports all around, right? Like London has loads. I can't remember them all now, from Gatwick to Heathrow to London Airport. And so, these are just what I call satellite airports. And if they can make money from it, it's fine. You go to Pattaya, imagine flying direct and you land there. It's literally a hop into Pattaya. It's like less than an hour's drive. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I'm just looking for the airport. I can't find it.
Oh, no, I don't know how to spell Utapao.
It's about an hour from Pattaya, isn't it?
It's in between Chonburi and Pattaya, isn't it?
Other way.
How do you spell Utapao?
It's between Pattaya and Rayong.
Yeah. Okay, Sal said Utapao. Okay, I'll Google that and airlines. U-T. Yeah, it's not the easiest bloody word to. Google put me in Salt Lake City for some reason. So, hang on.
Yeah. But Andy, I guarantee you played Tabao, China in your hand.
Oh, absolutely. Lovely song. I love that song. That song. And I also like there's 1,000 bicycles in. Never mind. That's another day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, leave it there. Utapou. I sound like Perrin now. No. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Just lost a friend.
Wow, Rick, I can't believe Utapao was built by the Russians back. I don't believe that.
No, built by the Americans for their B-52 bombers to bomb.
Yeah, he's saying no. Now, Rick, I need evidence of that.
Russians land there.
I can't believe the Russians were ever involved in an airport in Thailand.
I might be
No,
wrong.
that would be, Russians like to land there. So he said.
Go on.
Anyway. Now the Russians like to land there. That's all he said.
No, he said Utapao was built by the Russians back in the day.
No,
it was.
I didn't say the Russians. I said the Americans.
No, Rick said it.
Oh yeah, I know.
Rick said Utapao was
say that again, Rick.
Come on, Rick.
I would never go against Rick because he knows a lot more than I do.
There he knows. You got to watch what you say to that guy.
He is bloody good. You're right. But no,
No,
I'm going to call him out on this one.
That's
I
about
would have-
40 minutes.
I would have heard about it. I'm sure I would have heard about the fact that Russians built Tapao.
No,
I
they're just
talk
in
to
there.
old guys all the time, and old guys would love to tell me that story. So
No, they came there
don't
on
believe
their
it, Rick.
package
Sorry,
tours. In the Russian invasion in sort of like the mid-90s, that was their one to go to. Yeah, I got it here. Yeah, cheap flights from Utapao International Airport to Phuket to Rayong. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't built by the Russians. They might have used it, but it wasn't built by the Russians. I believe your first thing was it was built, it was extended so that the big bombers could leave.
That's what the Americans
and bomb Vietnam.
And Cambodia, which is bastards for doing that. Cambodia had nothing to do with any of it. But yeah, absolutely.
If you go to the War Museum in Ho Chi Minh City, the Saigon, you can see how much they bombed of Cambodia.
I know.
And what's it called? Agent Orange, or what was it called? The
Agent
to get rid of the jungle.
Yeah.
Was it Agent
Orange?
Agent Orange.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of all the foliage so that they could
napalm.
Napalm.
It all.
Yeah,
I know.
Agent
Cambodia.
Orange and napalm.
Yeah, they like
bombed everybody.
Who
Might have
did?
bombed Thailand while they were at it.
who?
Still didn't win though. Still didn't
Yeah.
win.
Okay, look, Andy, as I was saying before, it's 50 minutes to Utapao to get to Pattaya. So if you're leaving, you might as well go to Sawinapum.
Well, that's
Yeah.
another hour.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Utapao is in between it says Chonburi and Rayong, but actually it's in between Chonburi and Pattaya. It's a 30-minute drive from Pattaya to Utapao.
Yeah, but how many fucking international flights go directly to Utapao?
They all go to Russia.
There's a few.
I've never heard of the fucking airport until you started talking about it.
Google it.
It was very big now. It's a decent airport. I'm not quite sure why it's not being used so much, but I tell you when it was used.
Because it's too
We
far.
had political strife in Thailand when they closed the airport, the big one. Everybody used Utapao. It's a decent airport.
Well,
you have to consider this one. Even though it's closer to Pattaya, it does take longer to fly there. So you can't say, it's closer.
Do you know what?
Because it might take the same amount of time to get from what the fuck its name was, Utah, to Pattaya, as it does from Bangkok to Pattaya. You can't just say it's closer. That doesn't help anyone.
I think, JG, I think they want to keep the main flights going into Bangkok, to the big airport there.
Of course they do. They're not fucking stupid.
Yeah, but Utapao would be just as good. And it can be used.
What?
It's just not big.
For what?
For passengers landing coming to Thailand. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, and in what way does it benefit them?
Because it's not an hour and a half from Pattaya. It's only half an hour from Pattaya. That's a huge difference.
It's not half an hour. It's about 40.
Did you say 1.5 hour or half an hour?
The normal airport, Suvarnabhumi, is an hour and a half from Pattaya. Utapao is 30 minutes from Pattaya. It doesn't sound much, but half an hour is a huge difference. An hour, sorry, is a huge difference. So you can
aircrafts were landing there, and you'd be limited to the prices. You're going to get fucking ripped off if you go there. And you'll probably end up flying over Vietnam, and they'd throw you out bombing the place.
Okay,
Oh, that-
I've got it confirmed here. Like Utapao Airport was built by the U.S. military in 1966 during the
That's
Vietnam.
right. Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
So sorry, Rick.
So
I love you.
No Russians were in
No.
the construction.
The Americans had 2 airports in Thailand. One up was up in the East Island area. The other one.
Yeah, and at the moment in their concourse, they have a KFC, Auntie Anne's, Cella Garfredo Italian, Mr. Cup, Amazon, New York Deli, Coffee World, drinks, and easy bars near the gates. I'm going to land there in the future. That's great.
Yeah.
I miss bars by gates. I really do. The States have got it off to a T. Eating hot wings and drinking beer just by your gate. It's great. That's America for you.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Are we doing? We haven't done the beat. We're having so much fun. But the most interesting story for me was this weird visa thing that's
We've done them both.
From the 1st of May. Have we? Was I not listening?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Can I ask a question about I'm sorry about the airport because you don't talk sense.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about it?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, we'll put it to a vote first.
Yeah. So have you actually looked at the fucking map?
No, they haven't. It's about 40, 50 minutes away from Pattaya.
Believe me.
Yeah. And you have to, when you say, oh, it only takes 40 minutes to Pattaya. Yeah, but it's further away from Bangkok. So you have to consider the flight time as well.
Of course.
Just not the distance between the airports.
No. If I'm going to New Orleans, I don't land in bloody New York, do I?
You are fucking talking out of your fucking ass on this one. I'm sorry.
No, we're not.
But you are.
We're not.
That'll be about 2.5
We don't want to go to Bangkok.
Perrin and everyone here is saying that distance from Bangkok to the airport outside fucking Pattaya takes no time. That's what you are saying. They do that between through a fucking time portal, right? They do that that jump from Bangkok to the Utapao. They do that through time portal.
JG, right? I think I know where you're going wrong here. JG, stop. Let me tell you, I think you think
I'm not doing anything wrong. Explain to me, where did that time go? Where did that time go?
I will. Just stop talking for 1 second. I'll explain where I think you're going wrong. We're not saying you land at Bangkok and then fly to Utapao. We're saying you fly.
No, I know. That's my fucking point.
JG,
that's my fucking point.
JG, just let me talk.
Oh.
We're not saying you land at Bangkok and then fly to Utapao. We're saying you fly from London Heathrow straight to Utapao. That's
my fucking point. It's further away. So it takes more time to fly there. Do you understand now? Or should I take it even slower?
Okay, I have a question for
It
JG.
takes
Right?
time to fly there. You can't
JG.
just ignore the distance it takes to fly and say, yeah, it only takes 44 minutes from that airport to Pattaya. When
JG.
it's further away to fly.
Okay, I would guess maybe there's 5 minutes difference between
How the
Bangkok
fuck
Airport.
do you get around in Thailand? Holy fucking shit.
Listen, JG. I would guess there's maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes difference between landing at Bangkok Airport and landing at.
Are you sure?
Utapao.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure on that?
Okay, what do you think it is?
I have no idea, but it's more than 10 minutes.
I do have an idea. 10 minutes. 10 minutes at the most.
Can you show where you get that from?
By the way,
yeah, easily. Tapao is about.
So
let's say.
Okay, let's say 10 minutes. Let's say 10 minutes. That's 54. Now we are up to 54 minutes.
If you ask me to explain something, you have to let me explain it. You can't just ask me a question and then yeah. I'm guessing at the very most, let's say on the worst side, Utapao is 100 kilometers away from Bangkok, from the main airport, Bangkok Airport. Let's say it's 100 miles. The airplane's going at 500 miles an hour, so it's going to take 15 minutes, 10 minutes to go the extra 100 miles. It's not 100 miles away from Bangkok. The airport there, but as a crow flies, is probably 50 miles away. It's going to take less than 10 minutes for the airplane to get there. Less than 10 minutes. No, there's nothing. In fact, it's probably the same time. In fact, I guarantee it'll be the same time.
But here's the point. I'd like to listen.
Let's see.
Every city has airports around it, and you say landing at Gatwick. Oh, that's 25 kilometers, 30 miles outside of London. But people land there, and they go to London, or they can go on. It's like going to a railway station. You can go to anywhere you want. All I'm saying is that Tapao is an international airport and domestic airport, making it not easier necessarily, but more maybe convenient to people that want to go there. That's all. It's service. All the major domestic fly there. Nok Air, Air Asia, Nok Air, Nok Air is still there, Air Asia, and it's an international airport. Just because it doesn't come up with bookaflight.com doesn't mean it's an up and coming airport. And what's wrong with that? Why don't they have a Rayong airport? Why don't they have a Hua Hin airport? Well, they can't even work out a railway station for Hua Hin. So, Khon Kaen has one, but this is a satellite airport for Bangkok. When you're circling in Bangkok because you can't land, you fly over to Tapao on the circle when you're trying to land at Suvarnabhumi. So, I'm not having a go at you, Jay. We know Tapao's been a thing, and there's lots of people investing in it because all the big chains are trying to get in there. KFC's in there now. Well, they're not doing it for fun. You wouldn't go to Tapao and then drive into Bangkok, I don't think, unless you got a really cheap flight and it landed there only. I think you have to, it's not as easy as Suvarnabhumi. I get that, Jay. I get that.
Wow. Luigi has actually worked out the difference between
bless him.
I can never say it, Suvarnabhumi and the other one. Luigi, I love you, mate. Estimated flight time is about 8 minutes under average conditions, assuming a commercial airline of speed of 500 miles. Yeah. Thank you, Luigi. Sounds like Mafia, doesn't he?
I like it. Luigi. We'll give
Luigi he's got the best name so far.
Can
I've
we
never
give-
seen you before.
Do you guys know that you've got the banner over everything?
Not me.
No,
Not
we
me.
don't. What have I got to do?
Not me.
Banner's over everybody's
I didn't put it
icon.
up there.
What you mean? Hello and welcome to What's Up Thailand. Do you want to get rid of that?
No, the general
No.
chats.
Got the thumbnail
Our
up there.
icons are gone.
The general chat one. Okay. Oh, hold on.
Our icons are gone on the thing.
I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't put
pushing
it up there. Nah, don't ever go to me. So all I'm saying is, it's the power that originated from the Americans building it to bomb Cambodia. I'll say Cambodia, and also Vietnam, and it lay dormant for years. But in the 90s, a lot of Russian airlines used to come with their package tours to Utapao because they thought it was closer to Pattaya. Whether you a taxi ride for an extra 50, it doesn't really matter. But it's another airport. Well, we love airports for tourism. We love it. You know, more the merrier. Right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I haven't seen a fucking single flight that goes there, so it doesn't matter for me anyway. So
Yeah. No, and it's
Well,
so
that was the whole point of the news story, though, judging and they've been talking about this as long as they've been talking about casinos in Pattaya. I don't know why they haven't done it, because it makes perfect sense to have a big airport in Utapao nearer Pattaya. It's nearer the borders. It's just a much better place to have it. But
yeah, but you have to realize.
I don't know why I haven't done it.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, okay. You have to realize the cost to expand an airport. It isn't financially defendable to do it because they already have Buni, and it isn't that far away from Pattaya. It's what is it? 1.5 hours, and you're fucking there.
I know.
It isn't.
But
I don't think money.
If
is
you
the reason,
land in
JP.
fucking Bangkok, come on.
I would never land.
Take a taxi, enjoy the views while you go down to Pattaya. It isn't it isn't financially defendable to expand the fucking airport.
Yeah, but that's not how Thailand works. The fact that it's not financially important doesn't work. They look at it as if they make that airport bigger, lots of Thais will make a lot of money out of it. They don't look at it the same way. As
explain if that's the case. Explain to me why haven't they done it?
That's what I keep saying, JG. I've said that for about the last 30 minutes. I don't understand why they haven't done it.
Yeah, and I told you fucking why.
But Jay,
Because
come on now.
it isn't financially valid to do it.
No.
If it was,
not.
they would have.
That's not how Thailand works.
How economics work. If you can make money out of it, you will invest.
That's not how Thai economics works.
Oh, come on. Give me a fucking break.
Andy, help me out here. That's not how Thai economics works.
So
I'm not.
So explain to me. Explain to me, why are they expanding the airport in Bangkok?
Jesus, Andy, the names are really
Can it be? Because that gives more money than building out, expanding a shit.
Can I say hello? Can I say hello to Dan?
But that's not how it works in Thailand. You have no fucking idea how economics work. That's fucking obvious. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, Dan.
Souths, come on, panel, and explain it to me then. Souths, come on, don't sit being a bitch in the chat. Come on the panel and explain it.
We got Dan joining us.
South is in
JG,
Cambodia.
Can we say hello to Dan? Come on, this is a sensible
Hello
panel.
all.
Hello,
all.
Dan.
Hello. How's you guys? All right.
Hey, Yula. How you doing,
You
mate?
all right, JJ?
Have you ever flown
Long time no see.
Dan, have you ever flown to Tapao?
Yeah.
Oh, now the floor is yours.
I flew from Koh Samui to Utapao.
Yeah.
And
Why?
Total waste of time. Should have gone to Suvarnabhumi and it would have been quicker getting back. It was years ago. It was like, I was in Koh Samui and me and the missus flew to Utapao to go back to Pattaya. And it was a nightmare.
Yep,
Because
that's what I heard.
Because you can't. What happened was we get to Utapao and you get a taxi from Utapao, but they put you in a minibus with about, I don't know, whatever, many other people, and then they start doing the drop-offs around the hotels, and it was like, fuck, it was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah,
But
and if you get a taxi,
that could all change.
Dan,
That could all change if they expand Utapao like they're talking about putting that second runway in.
well, that's what they're
Then,
doing.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
and if you
Dan,
get a taxi from Utah, you'll pay a fortune.
a question to Dan. All right. Depending on where you go, would you prefer to land at Heathrow, Gatwick, or London Airport?
Birmingham.
I thought you were going to say Manchester.
I always fly out of Birmingham Airport, mate.
Yeah, yeah. So,
and I either go Air France or KLM. So I'll go into Schiphol or Charles de Gaulle direct then to Bangkok.
I know. I remember you saying that, right?
Yeah.
Had a beer at Charles de Gaulle. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, bro.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or the Heineken bar in Schiphol.
All right. On a Thai perspective, I'm just going to say the more airports, the better if they can sustain themselves. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's revenue. That's all I'm saying.
Buriram now is Buriram's becoming an international airport as well now. They've just built a new terminal at Buriram Airport.
Yeah.
They say international, but the only difference I can see with it becoming international is that you'll be able to fly to not only Dong Muang, you'll be able to fly to Suvarnabhumi at the moment. I don't know if that's going to change and you can start flying out to Chiang Mai or...
it's in its early days, really. I mean, it's been there since 1966, as Rick said. So, but there's a potential, and as I say, there's a lot of franchises moving in because they see that potential. Obviously, cheaper rent at the beginning, of course. But all I'm saying is, the more airports, the better, as long as they don't fly over my house.
Well, definitely,
which they do.
Yeah, I totally agree.
What's wrong with that?
I said to the missus just last week, actually, Andy, I was speaking to the missus. I said, do you realise you can fly from Buriram to Phuket for 4,000 baht?
Aye. I fly to Royet, although it's from Dong Muang, but I fly for 2.7 return. I mean, if I book in advance, 2.7 to Royet, so So it's just opening up just a slight area. I get what Jay is saying. I really do understand that. But it's an alternative. And why are there alternative airports around cities? And you know what I'm saying? It's like, I would say Tapao is an inner city airport, to be honest. It's not that far from Suvarnabhumi, so it's not a matter of how long it takes to get somewhere. And I guess Tapao to Bangkok I wouldn't want to do. Suvarnabhumi, I still don't want to do, to be honest. Dongmueang is perfect. So it depends of where you're going and why you want to land there. So let them build the second, let them build it. Maybe it will develop the south, with tourism. Maybe more people will go that way. I don't know.
Well, that's what you've got to think about. You could fly, straight from like Suvarnabhumi down to Utapao or Dongmueang down to Utapao. You could be in Ko Chang within how long?
Yeah. Problem with Go Chang Airport is you got to go half an hour, 45 minutes to get to the ferry.
Yeah, but if you fly into Utapao, and then go on down.
Yeah. And if it's no extra price on the ticket, you go, well, that suits me. I'll do it. That's all I'm saying. I don't get it's so many kilometers away and all that business. No, I understand what Jay was saying. I do get it. And I understand what's me being diplomatic here. But no, I do understand what Steve Perrin was saying. But at the end of the day, if it's profitable and you can get the airplanes to bloody land there, go for it on a time basis. People are coming in, they're getting off that plane.
Andy, I just Googled that, guys. There's 10 international airports in Thailand. Suvarnabhumi, Chiang Mai, Krabi, Phuket, Utapao, of course, we've been talking about, Hat Yai, Saratani International Airport, Udon Thani International Airport. I don't know what the last one is.
I was saying, Steve, Buddy Rams, looking at...
Chiang Rai.
So it's a provincial airport. What's wrong with a provincial airport? It's progression.
And Samui's international.
Samui's international. You could fly to Taiwan from Samui. And Singapore.
Chiang Rai's airport's not international at the moment. They just shut it down for a while. A lot of the airports are shut down international because of the virus and what all that sort of shit.
But Tapao is going to be a major hub. It's going to be a major hub for tourism.
These things, you look at these airports, Andy, you're not going to fly directly from Australia or England straight into these airports. You have to fly to Singapore, change planes, and they go their separate ways, like Chiang Mai or Shanghai or blah, blah, whatever. They usually do it that way.
If I could spell Tapao better, I would get more information from Google. It doesn't understand when I talk to it.
U-T-A-P-A-O-V-Y-Z-N-Y-T-V.
I've given up now. But,
the only thing I disagree with is, I totally understand how they're going to do this Utapao, really invest in it with the casino and all that sort of stuff. But they're on about putting another international racetrack, and I think they should concentrate on Buriram for F1 to help that part of the country. Not many people realise that guy that owns that international circuit in Buriram actually donates it for the MotoGP. He doesn't charge them anything for using that during the MotoGP. Now he's obviously a very, very wealthy Thai. And I'll tell you something else as well. You go into that Chang Arena, anywhere in that Chang Arena, you will not be able to buy a bottle of Leo.
The what? Again, sorry.
If you go into that Chang Arena, it don't matter if it's the 7-Eleven, it don't matter if it's the little market that's selling food, the food market, you cannot buy a bottle of Leo or a bottle of Singer. You can only buy Chang within the grounds of the Chang Arena. Even the 7-Eleven doesn't stock Leo or Singer.
No. If you mention a Leo in that arena, you get thrown out.
If you go in with a bottle of Leo.
Oh, no, you won't get through security. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad it is. I was there last Christmas, and there was a massive food festival on, brilliant it was, and it was just pure Isan food, and it was some of the top quality, these store holders and these sellers, and the women down there. Oh, God almighty.
Now you're talking.
And it was all around the arena. It went all the way around the arena, the food market did. Like, you know, it was absolutely off the scale. We didn't realise it was happening. Like, we were staying at the what's the name of the I can't remember the name of the hotel opposite the arena, like Amari Hotel, and I just booked it for just a bit of a change, like, you know, see what it was like. And we found this massive Islam food festival on it, and it was just like, we've landed on our feet here. We didn't have to go anywhere for 4 days.
Yeah. I mean,
Guys, listen. I'm going to go. It was nice to see you again, Dan.
Take care,
I don't
Steve.
want to- I'm stuffed, man.
Good to speak to you, mate. Good to see you as well, Steve.
You too, Dan. It's nearly 11 o'clock for me, PM.
yeah, it's a bit late. It's getting a bit late for me, to be honest, but I'm not
Been a
going to
wonderful stream.
stop this. Yeah.
Been really good. Come on earlier next time, Dan.
You know, yeah, I tried to catch you guys. Like, you know, I caught you last week, you know, and it's good. It is. I enjoy the channel. Like, you know, it's good to have some normality back within the genre.
Well, we're
You know,
just getting sick of all the shit around.
yeah,
You know, it's just fucking crazy.
it's almost like
Anyway,
talk
mate, I'll
back
see you
Thailand
later.
days.
Have a good chat. Steve will entertain you. He'll be back in a minute, I guess. See you.
Cheers, Steve.
Yeah. Sorry, JG.
I haven't been away. I'm just
cheers,
sitting here
mate.
being,
Yes, mate.
sitting here listening.
JG, it's not just an international airport from Beijing. It's not. You've got to look into it, mate. I am not having to go, Jay. I love you.
Read my comment again.
What's
It
there
was
on
an
the-
example, not a state of fucking fact.
So
It
it
was
likes
an
to
example.
So it only likes to fly to Beijing. What's the other where it likes to fly from?
Holy fucking shit.
Well, that's what you wrote.
It was an example. Just
I know.
because it can take one flight out of another country and out to another, that really doesn't make it international. Just because it's connected with two different countries.
Yeah, it's more
That
than
was
one.
my point.
Yeah, but it's more than one country or two countries.
Yeah, but that wasn't my fucking point, was it?
Well, it looks like it.
No, I will read it for you. Calling an airport international and it only fly to Beijing. That's not really an international airport. I didn't mention any airports or anything.
All right, so
It
would you
was
say
an
all right.
example.
So if you wrote calling an airport international and it only flies to multiple international destinations, you can't call that an international airport because that's what it is.
Holy fucking shit.
Oh man, I can't. Well, okay, I'm done on this argument. I'm done. It's not going anywhere.
But you don't get it, do you?
JG, just
You
chill out.
were all.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you were all talking about these small.
Well, that's
It
well,
was
that's
about,
the thing. If
what-
you start looking into it in Thailand, that's their terminology. They call it an international airport. All right?
Yeah, I know.
No,
I
you
never
don't know,
denied
obviously.
it. I
You
never
don't know.
denied it.
Yeah,
I
right
just said it isn't really an
then. You tell the Thai
international
authorities.
airport.
You take it up with the Thai authorities, like the Thai Aviation Authority or something like that. You know, it's not really a concern. It's not a life or death situation. It's
Yeah, so why are
built
you
a
so
system to
fucking upset about it?
Well, I'm not getting upset.
it
I'm
isn't.
laughing at you getting upset and shouting.
No, I
over
wasn't
what
upset.
or
I was
isn't a
just
an
saying.
international
I
airport.
was just Yula. I was just saying. Calling an airport international when it only have one connection to another country. That's not really international. That's all I said.
Of course it is.
That's all I said.
You might have a connecting flight somewhere, but it's
What
still
does
in
that have to
Air
do with
Asia.
me being angry or upset about anything? I just
Have you
made
flown
a
Have you
comment.
flown Air Asia before?
You
Have you
are
flown Air Asia?
upset now, Yula.
No.
You are
Have you
upset.
flown Air Asia before?
Yeah.
When did you fly Air
Why?
Asia? And where did you fly to? And where did you fly from?
To Bangkok.
To where?
To Bangkok.
To where?
To Bangkok.
From where?
From where? From Copenhagen.
Where did you flew from Copenhagen to Bangkok with Air Asia?
Hmm?
Okay. So you have an understanding of how Air Asia works then?
Yeah, a little bit.
Exactly. So if I want to get an international flight with Air Asia from, let's say, Buriram, and I want to fly to Singapore, yeah? That's international, isn't it? I have to take a connecting flight. So it's still
that was
international.
my
It's still an
point.
international. It's still an international airport. It's not.
It's what's the word? Misnomer. Is that the word? Is that
I
the
like
word?
that word, Jay. Yeah, like that one.
Misnomer. Isn't that the word for it? Because it isn't really international. I can't fly from here to there, can I? So it isn't international for me.
Well, what airports in the world do that, Jay? Come on.
Exactly.
You can't fly.
Savandi Booby-Doo.
So what
Copenhagen do. Copenhagen do. Germany do. So there you go.
Yeah, but they're not international hubs, are they?
Are you fucking shitting me?
What is there about 4 international
Yula,
hubs in the
now
world?
you're just trolling me as usual, so I won't fucking comment to your fucking comments.
There's only 4 international. Is it 4 international hubs in the world? There's 2 in America. You got Heathrow and you got Schiphol.
Okay, hang on. I've just Googled it, right? It says several international airlines fly to Utapao International Airport, including Air Asia, Bangkok Airways, Qatar Airways, and Emirates. So doesn't that make that an international airport? Mic drop.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. I rest my case.
No, Jay, I actually really understand what you're saying. But as a Thai, I just think the more airports, the better, as long as they don't all fly over my house. You know, which one's flying over now? But it brings in economy, you know, it brings in money. Whether it's easier to fly to Dong Mueang, Suvarnabhumi, or Sapao, I'm not an expert at that. I think it depends on.
Yeah, I just told you. I back down on that one.
Yeah,
No,
it's good. It's good. It's good.
No, I love
good.
debate. I love debate, mate. I love debate, Jay. You're great. There's nothing wrong with it, because I was actually querying myself. So you know, I've been googling.
Well, if I'm proven wrong, I'm not afraid of backing down on it.
So if Emirates are flying there, you know, there may be a future. Hence, they're building a second runway, because maybe then they might get British Airways. They may get all the other, I don't know, you know, KLM or whatever landing there. You don't know, but it's nice to see their adventure to try and do it, because I think it just enhances the country. You know, more people in, better, right?
Of course it does. Of course,
That's
it
all
can
I'm
only
saying.
help, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like in Buriram. I keep referring to Buriram. They wouldn't have built this new terminal and everything if they didn't think that MotoGP wasn't going to You know, obviously got the heads up or something like, you know, and economy, it's all the local people, it's everybody's happy. Especially down in this end, like, you know, what is there? You know, there's not much down there except for a rice field.
I've never been there, so I can't tell.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It is, JG. It's good. You get a good insight into that in Bangkok or anywhere. You know, you've come out of the safety net where a lot of people go, which is that certain place, Pattaya. Like, you know, you're out. You know, you're getting more insight into Thai culture, be it Khmer. I enjoy it. I've just had 3 weeks now out there, like, you know, living in the village. Come back 2 weeks ago, and just went out, lived in the village, worked up on the farm, helped pour out on the farm, did a bit of work on my land, and you know, was getting on the local taxi up into Satuk on my own to go to the market, and you know, you're meeting these Thai people. It is really, it's what I like. You know, it's what I like about Thailand, that part of Thailand. It's not for everybody's taste. It's not everybody's taste.
My
It's
taste.
very, sorry, Jan.
It's my taste.
It's very quiet. It's very peaceful. It's
Yeah.
no bars or nothing like that, JG. You know, I think the nearest bar is about 30 kilometers away.
Yeah.
And that's not even a bar, like, that's just like a pizza place, like, you know, and that's in Satuk. You know, if I go to Buddy Ram, there's a couple of bars, but me and the missus went up to Buddy Ram, and you start walking around Buddy Ram and you start learning about, you know, because it takes a few years to learn a place because you're making mistakes. You're staying in hotels that are a bit out the way, and you're going into like a little safety net, going to a bar that you know, so you're getting the taxi from the hotel to the bar, you know, and
I
you
like the
might go
term
to a
safety
shopping
net.
centre, you know.
I like safety net. I like that.
Mm. But it's good, that safety net is, but then when you start expanding from that safety net and learning about the place, that's when it becomes
Exploring.
like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
fucking good, actually.
Yeah.
This is where I could live.
I mean, yeah, I think Stephen, before he left, he sort of like listed out the airports now. And back in the day, a lot. I mean, I can remember Chiang Mai. It was just domestic only. You know, no international. And you know, the more international airports we have, I don't know about the deals on airlines and how much it costs to go here, there, or whatever. I don't know. But for me, it just brings a number of people in once a day, you know, 7 days a week or whatever. And there's people, where are they going? They're going in and spending money. Thai economy. So I like that. How much it all costs, I have no idea, Jay. You know, as you said,
I do like Chiang Mai. It's one of my favourite places in Thailand, Chiang Mai.
I love Chiang Mai.
I just love the arts and crafts. I love the arts and crafts up there. It's just off the scale. I've never seen anything like it.
You know, my brother came over, and he's a guy that researches stuff, but we were staying, like, you know, where that canal is in the middle by the gateway. Yeah, we're in a bar called Mad Dog, which is a great bar, good music and everything else. And he says, right, tomorrow we're going to meet here, have breakfast, and we'll go for a walk. And we went for a walk, and he took me to places that I didn't even think walking distance is. I mean, 1 kilometer. It was absolutely brilliant. And I saw a lot more from Chiang Mai than I would have seen before. I think it was great. I like the people. I like the people.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. It's brilliant. I stayed in the art district. I did when I was up there.
I think that's where I walked.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like absolutely. It goes from anything from like a piece of furniture that's being made to a piece of pottery that's being made. It's just off the scale.
Yeah,
just fantastic. You just my
Jay,
missus couldn't.
have you ever been to Chiang Mai?
I've never been there. No.
All right. Yeah, maybe
it's
next time you're over, worth the trip, mate. I think. I mean, forget the
totally
overnight train.
different.
Yeah, you need to fly from
I've
to Pau to. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm sorry, Jay. I had to say it. No, but
that's fine. That's fine.
you get it right.
No.
I'm sorry, Jay. You get it right. Yeah, but no, seriously, tourists. How can I say it? If you want to travel to Thailand, it's fine. One destination, Pattaya, whatever it is, or Bangkok, that's fine. But, you can go to Chiang Mai. It's like almost a different country up in Chiang Mai. It's like almost, they speak a different sort of dialect anyway, but it's like really different. For me, it's different. It's like me going from London to Newcastle. It's totally different. I love it. It's really nice. You need to go with somebody, Jay. Don't go on your own. It's nice to go with someone.
Yeah, no, I've only been in Bangkok and everything to the south.
Yeah, I get it. How far south have you gone? Have you gone to like Rayong or?
Yeah, Rayong and back. That's the furthest I've went.
So basically,
we were just basically driving through, and then we drove back up to Pattaya. So,
if you go north, it is. I would say, Jay, if you take my advice, it's a different experience. I call it the Midlands as well. Like Knack on Nowhere, where Perrin lives. But you go through the Midlands, and you get into the north. And the northeast. I'll never ever.
Hold on 1 second. I will argue that most of central Thailand is very similar. In that, if I take you up, Andy, even you that know Thailand, like the palm on your hand, I could take you up in a helicopter, take you 150 miles away from Bangkok, land it, and say, "What city are we in now?" We don't have a clue. They're all the fucking same.
I know. I get it. I mean,
whereas in England, you could drop me in a helicopter somewhere, and I could work out roughly where I was. Not from navigation or the sun or whatever, just by the building and what it looks like and whatever. You can tell. And of course, in England, the big thing is as soon as somebody speaks to you, you know where you are.
Oh, exactly. I was going to say the dialect.
Yeah.
But I think, Dan, you can do it just on look. You go to the north of the country and the bricks are different.
Yeah.
The building's different. The old building's different.
You go into South Wales. You go to South Wales. You know you're in South Wales.
Yeah,
you
Norfolk,
go up to Newcastle.
Norfolk is a huge place. You can go to Norfolk, and it's all so flat. Anyway, you go to the southwest where I come from, and you can see the big hedges. You can't see any fields. It's just huge hedges, no view at all. You're in Devon, Cornwall, that sort of area. It's very easy. In Thailand, if I dropped you, it is anybody. Don't care how long you've lived here, how much you know. If I took you in a helicopter, I could take you 30 minutes away, or I could take you 2 hours away, drop you in the city, and I'd say, right, where do you think we are?
You would know.
No idea. We've got a wet market here. We've got everything. It's all the same.
Jay, the
Okay.
Chiang Mai. I think what makes the difference with Chiang Mai is it's slightly oldie worldy as compared with obviously the capital, but the people make the difference. The people make the difference. They are nice people. I mean, I've never ever had a problem with, well, I don't get problems anyway, but you know what I'm trying to say. I like the whole atmosphere of Chiang Mai.
Yeah, like
Apart-
my Bear's brother's wife, she is from Isan. So we will probably go there eventually.
I think so, bro. I think that's good, Just to give
It's
you
good.
a, just to give you a,
It's just like Bear's whole family, they are brought up in Bangkok. So that's where we
Yeah, well,
are.
that's where they're based. That's it, JG. Like, you go to where they're based. And that's like anybody that's in a relationship with a Thai lady. Like, you go to where they're based and you learn where they're based. You don't, you
can I
know.
ask
Yeah.
you a question, Dan? I should know it because I've known you for bloody years. But I
Yes.
remember the first time we ever talked, not cool. But after that, it was good. Your lady, which part of Thailand is she from?
She is south east of Buriram, so she's down on the Cambodian border.
Okay, got it. I got it. I got it. And the town would be, or I mean, don't dox, but sort of.
No, I don't mind. No, I don't
What's the
mind.
biggest? I
It,
know you don't, but I have to ask. But the
it,
town near,
it.
what's the big town?
Well, she's south. She's in. It's between like Buriram and Sutek.
Oh,
Sutek.
okay, okay, got it,
So,
got
but
it, got it.
south on and down towards the Cambodian border, like you're talking about 30 kilometers to Sutek, or
Yeah, I've heard your
it's
stories. I
about
mean, bloody,
35 to Buriram, something like
yeah.
that. Like.
Mm,
But
mm.
you're going right into the heartlands, like right deep into
You got
Khmer.
accommodation up there? Can I come and visit you, and you can put me up for a night?
Oh
Or
yeah,
other?
we're gonna start building. We're gonna start building shortly. So yeah, you come and visit. But it's like I say, it's very peaceful. It's the village has got the temple, and that's it. There's no
No, I
bars,
love all that. No, I'd like to
you
experience
know.
that because I haven't really experienced it, to be honest. So, but I know I'm aware of the atmosphere and the way the life is up there.
Uh,
Totally
do you know
aware,
what
obviously.
what they were saying to me the last time I was there? That a few weeks ago, like people were, and the missus was translating, like and I didn't really realize, like they were saying like he's a nice Farang. He doesn't look down on us, like he's not looking at us like.
Well, do
And
they
I
get
was
many
like,
tourists up there? Do they get many Falang up there, or what's the
we got
situation there?
we got we got one in the village,
One
which
Farang.
I've never met. One Farang in the village that he's a British guy. I've never spoken to him, like and then on the outskirts of the village there's an American that's built what I describe as a chicken shed, because I can't tell between his accommodation and where he keeps his cows. I think he's a bit eccentric,
Oh, really?
but
Oh, lovely.
yeah, the lad that comes
I'm
and
sorry,
works,
lovely.
the, the lad that works for him, like his name Eggy, he comes and visits me, like and he says to me like, I'm just grabbing 500 baht a day off him, Dan. I say, I don't blame you, Aggie.
Yeah.
He's got like,
Has he got a long beard and long hair and like he's
I
like
don't
a
know, I've
hermit?
not seen him. I've not seen him.
I reckon he looks like that.
Yeah. I
Oh,
say to
that's
the
cool.
missus, what is the house and where's the chicken house and where does he keep the cows? And the missus said to me, like, well, that's the air conditioning unit on the back there. Look, Dan. I think that's his house.
Um,
And it's like, shit, the bed.
I know.
You know, I think,
I have a story, a quick story. A friend of mine got married somewhere up there near Bury Ram or whatever. And he was a fairly wealthy guy, and he paid all his guests from Bangkok a flight, and we flew up there. But hang on a
yeah,
second, let me mute the parent here. Hang on. Okay, so, and we flew up there. It's funny because he took like loads of beer for the whole village the night before. So when we arrived, they were all drunk and puking up everywhere because they'd drunk most of it. But he had a reserve. But anyway, end of the day, long story short, I took a little moped out and I just went down the road, not more than like half a kilometer. And I saw this house on stilts with a cow underneath. And I went, hi, Sawadee Carp, and all that business. And they invited me up, and I drank the cow, only a couple,
yeah,
because I had to drive back. And the cow was underneath, and I thought, fucking hell, bro.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
cool. And they were happy, you know, no, hardly any, not a lot of teeth. They didn't have much dental work, and they were poor, but they were happy. They were happy, and they brought some food from God knows where they got it. I mean, they cooked somewhere, I guess, and they brought a bit of larb, and I was eating the larb, and it was just so, it was so different and so authentic. It's always in my brain here now. I will
Yeah,
never
they're
forget.
doing, all the
You
women are
know,
doing the marker-poo, so they've got all the red in the mouth and all that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's
You
the
know,
old.
I keep winding the missus up. I said, "You'll be on the marker-poo shortly." No, no, no,
What do
Chow
they call
Chai,
that?
I won't be on
The
the
berry nut,
marker-poo.
the berry nut, the cherry nut, the
Yeah,
berry nut, the whatever. Yeah, I.
it's
But they were so lovely. Didn't speak. I couldn't even speak their
no,
dialect, and my Thai's not very good anyway. But it would be worthless anyway. But we all sign language and a little bit of like charades going on. And we had a half an hour cross legs, sat with them, taking a little bit of food and the cow meow and everything else, the cow. And they were so happy
mm,
that I stopped and said hello to them. You know what I mean? Like there was
yeah,
no, well, give us your bloody website number, or you know what I mean?
no,
There was no what's the word, they weren't doing it for any future benefit. It was just he passed here, he stopped, he said hello, come into our house, have some food. And that's the experience I've only, it was near Bury Ram, I reckon, but I don't know where
yeah.
it was.
It's different. It is like, you know, I get up in the morning and you look across the shop, like you see the guys going in there and they're getting little Red Bull bottles, and you think they're on the Red Bull, but they ain't on the Red Bull. They're on the Lao Cow,
Yeah, I
and
know.
they sell shots of Lao Cow for 10 baht, and it's a Red Bull bottle full of Lao Cow, and they're
Yeah, yeah.
necking the Lao Cow first thing in the morning, and it's a different world. But you got to be careful, like, you know, I've learned over the years, like, you know, you'll bump into like lads that have been on a Lao Cow session, like, you know, and
Yeah,
these lads are absolutely fucking off their head, and they'll try and scav money off you and
yeah,
try
I
to
get it.
get you to buy them beer and all that.
But
But
not the older
I've got
generation.
to a
Not the
point,
older generation.
yeah, I've got to a point now where the respect when I go into the village, like that, I get, like, you know, that
Mm.
a lot of the lads just leave me alone, like the lads who are on the Lao Cow. And then on the other hand, like the lads that I'm good friends with, like, you know, will come and visit and come and say hello and how are you, and you know, I've made making some good friends, like, you know, which is
Yeah,
making me feel like I could comfortably, you know, be comfortable and, you know, in my surroundings there, like, you know, it's like anywhere you go, you've got to build up those
relationship.
relationships, and you've got a bit
Yeah,
of
yeah,
trust, and they've got to
yeah.
learn about you, and, you know, not realize that, because
The
let's
spoon,
face it,
spoon, spoon, spoon. No,
you
let me
know, my
address.
missus has got a little Branahan in the village, like, you know, and you have the scruffiest little kids come in there, like, you know,
Well, that's the
for
young, you know.
for
Yeah.
some French fries or something like that, like, you know, and they're at an age where they can't even, you know, I was there when I was there, like, you know, little girls come in, like, you know, want 20 bahts worth of French fries for breakfast, you know,
Lovely.
and they like sugar on the French fries.
Yeah. Well,
Do Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's and
may, may I just,
cannot you
hang on,
cannot
Dan.
discriminate between a little girl who has got absolutely nothing and the family are really, really struggling to Gam Nam, who is the head of the village, like, you know, and Gam Nam
Yeah,
is generally quite a
yeah, he's
wealthy
the man.
guy. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's the man, like, you know.
I know. He's like the Godfather, right?
Yeah, he's like the Godfather. And I met Gam Nam on many occasions, like, you know, and
Listen,
he's good.
hang on a sec, Dan. I just want to spoons going bar wah wah wah. Just because you can't contribute to what we're talking about doesn't make it bar wah 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 wah. You know, unless you've, you know, you haven't experienced what we have done, so you can't, from your experience, comment on it. But it doesn't mean because you don't understand or have experienced it that it's bar wah wah, because it's not. It's real life in Thailand, and we love it. Dan loves it. Perrin loves
Yeah.
it. Clark lives, and Jay loves it. He wants to go to these places and experience it because it's traveling. So Spoon, you know, I know you're trolling, and bless you, mate. No worries, but it's not bar wah wah. We're not talking about other channel YouTubers and saying what cunts they are and what bastards they are. Or sorry, I swore. I'm really sorry. And we're not into that. We're just experiencing our life in Thailand. What is wrong with that? Sorry, Spoon, but I had to say that. I'm sorry, mate, but it's true. You know,
Very well said, Andy. Very well said, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Well said.
The only problem is I didn't read his bow wow wow the same way. I thought it was like
an acronym.
Yeah,
like
but Spoon
like
wants to talk
somebody
gangster,
with
doesn't
one of
he?
these
Like,
curly
you know.
kids who are, "Wah, ha, 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 ha. You're in trouble now." I don't know.
I mean, he goes into us like really not badly trolling wise. I could go into him and give him a thrashing in the sense of trolling, but I don't want to because it fills me with negative. I don't want to do any of that negative things. Here we are.
I don't think South takes it seriously. I think South is just here for
not South. Spoon we're on about.
Really dislikes you, me, or anybody on here.
Spoon,
just
not South.
The way he's grown up doing. I don't take anything South says seriously. Sorry, not
It's
South.
Not South. It's Spoon.
I don't think anything Spoon says seriously.
Yeah.
No, and he doesn't mean you to take it seriously.
You know, South.
To be honest, I don't take anything South says seriously. I think South quite likes us as a gang.
Yeah, South is living it. Even South is down in Cambodia, isn't he? He's you've got to respect that.
Just had a new kid. I'd just like to address Sean the Prawn, who we used to talk a lot back in the days. I'm not going. It's not a documentary about me. How did you come to decide to move to Thailand? It was a process of just over time. It was just that I came here for 3 months and stayed 43 years. So it was a time, but I liked it, and they liked me. Thailand liked me. I like Thailand, and then you get married with children, and that makes moving decisions a lot more difficult if you wanted to move. And I wasn't a prisoner. I just enjoyed everything that Thailand gave to me, you know, with its all negativity, which there is, loads of it, as in any country. But I just chose to live here because it suited me. So if that's good enough for you, Sean the Prawn, I mean, I can go much into detail, but it would bore everybody. So,
Sean the Prawn is a good lad. Sean the Prawn is a good lad, he is.
He's good mate. Good, not mate, but
Andy, you can not be wrong. Your life story is fucking brilliant. And I don't swear often, but you're the most modest man I've ever met.
No, I don't, you know.
Yeah,
Camera off.
definitely. It is one to like that's not going to be repeated. That's for sure.
No, I'm not saying I'm not proud.
Can't be repeated.
No, I'm not saying I'm proud in myself of what I've done, but I don't want to put that on anybody else's. You know, I feel happy with myself.
You know, for people for people who are interested in Thailand and people that are living in Thailand, you know, Andy, you are like, and I think there's a lot of animosity towards it, but towards you, sorry, but you know, the knowledge you've gathered, it can't be repeated. Do you know what I mean? It's like, shit the bed, mate. This is a guy that was, you know, yeah.
Very
I don't
unusual, Dan.
I don't
It's just
understand
very
Nescafe.
unusual.
I don't understand Nescafe. Andy Bangkok, you entertain that Mong far too much, lad. I like being called lad. That's cool. Could not find Thailand on the map. Who are you talking about, Lieutenant? I don't know. That's a
I'm not
weird
sure.
comment. But
Hold on,
yeah.
let me go back up to see. No, I don't know. There's nothing earlier.
Well,
There's
South,
nobody
yeah.
on here. There's nobody on here that I would call a Mong or a Munga or whatever. There's
Well,
nobody.
he wasn't calling me a Mong. I think I don't know. I don't.
No, he said you're entertaining a Mong, and there's nobody on the panel that I would consider a Mong at all.
I couldn't mind. My missus would go mad.
Anyway, gentlemen, I've had a great time. I'm going to call it a night, only because it's been so good. If I stay on here now, I'll get more drunk and embarrass myself. Whereas I think if I leave now, I'm getting away. I'm getting away unscathed. I haven't done anything too bad. Andy,
right,
thanks
Steve.
for everything done. It's been great. JG. Hold on, JG, you've been great, mate. I hope you come back on next week. Although I
good to see
JG.
JG.
We have a good argument. I love you on here, Dan. Great to see you again.
Yeah, it's been
Stephen Clark. Everybody's gone, but thank everybody, South, everybody in the chat, Sean the Prawn, Lieutenant Nescafe especially. But we don't really know what you're talking about, mate.
Well, he was now about Spoon.
One more.
That was what it was. It was about Spoon.
I was going to say, like, before you go, Steve, I think JG's AI brought a brilliant twist to the chat today.
Oh, absolutely.
I was sat in the pub watching it, like in the beer garden, watching and trying to listen to what was going on, like, you know, and the chat funny. Salv's and JG's AI was classic.
Yeah, I know. So Dan,
Dan, I'll be totally honest with you, Dan. We haven't put a lot of effort into this week's show, but I've really enjoyed it. We haven't had a topic. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
And me too.
Because we're once again being totally cards on the table. We're thinking of going a different direction with the channel. We were thinking. We've sort of said, we quite enjoy this or whatever. So we had a sort of a, how would you put it, Andy? We've had a sort of lazy week where we haven't done too much and we just came out for a chat.
Well, don't underestimate the work.
That's the thing. Erin, that's the thing. Without drama, we can talk about all kind of stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But I wanted. What Perrin said is we didn't put a lot of work in. Actually, quite a lot of work went into this show with all the news clips and the production in the beginning. So it wasn't done thoughtless. It was just we didn't have a topic. By the way, next week's topic will be Thailand's service industry. Is it better than the West? And that's like restaurants, banks, hotels, whatever. How does it fare with the West? So that's next week's topic. So
that'll be good. That'll be good.
I think so, right? I think that's pretty cool. Okay, Dan, I'm gonna.
We all have opinions about that one.
I know. Exactly.
JG's AI, brilliant. JG, it was funny. It was, especially South's getting.
South was really into Gemini, right? He was really into it. Like he was having a full-on conversation. He thought it was great.
Question. Did you see the best question? Andy was like, South said to Jem, how many porn channels is JG subscribed to? Like, JG
Oh,
went,
really?
crap.
South is clever. South is so clever. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, be careful, JG. Be careful with your code.
Yeah. You have to be a little bit careful about what I share with the AI.
Yeah, exactly.
It's brilliant. Thank you, guys. I'm going to leave now as well. Like, you know, but it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Mr.
Good
Tom
channel.
Yeah, me
Perry,
Good.
too.
Enjoy it.
thanks for and let's
Have a good
put it
one,
down.
Yula.
And can
And
we
you,
just say
JG.
I am not closing the stream because I want to go to bed because I'm an old man, as some people say. Everybody wants to close the stream. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Good night.
Thanks,
Yeah, it is.
thanks, Andy.
Thanks for coming on, Dan and Jay. And Dan, it's nice always to see you.
No, it's good, mate. It's good. It's good to
Always a
have a channel that you
pleasure.
can come to and talk about Thailand. You know,
Yeah.
I really enjoy. You know, it's like talk
Yeah.
back Thailand 7 years ago. Like, you know, it's
Yeah.
brilliant. I
Yeah.
really enjoy it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Okay, guys.
Cheers,
See
lads.
you. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, should I say dickhead?